Tucked away in majestic western Wyoming is Lincoln County School District Number 2. Our team provides excellent public education across 5 elementary schools, 1 middle school, and 3 high schools where our staff receive the support they need to educate effectively. Right now, LCSD2 has several employment opportunities for the upcoming school year and other anticipated teacher openings coming available in the next few weeks. Be part of a caring team with LCSD2. Visit lcsd2.org today to apply.
I'm Duke Dance, and when I take out the garbage, I bag it.
I'm David Kazare, and when I take out the trash, I bag it.
I'm Dal Erickson, and when I take out my trash, I bag it.
Star Valley Disposal appreciates all their customers, especially those that bag their garbage. Remember that even with just a little wind, loose trash can be sent flying all over the place. Visit StarValleyDisposal.com.
I'm Dr. Mark Johnson from Riverside Dental. This has been another milestone year for us. To accommodate our growing practice and our growing community, we've recently brought on Dr. Jorgensen. His addition to our team has allowed us to expand our hours to include Fridays, making us more available than ever before. Here at Riverside, we provide a full range of dental services, including dental implants, wisdom teeth removal, same-day crowns, root canals, and pediatric dentistry. Come join our Riverside family as we help you on your journey to a healthier smile.
Avail Valley Construction is hiring and a great place for high school seniors to enter the workforce after graduation. Multiple positions are open with competitive pay right out of high school. To learn more about a rewarding career for those of any age, visit availvalley.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Star Valley Wrestling here at Star Valley High School tonight. I'm here with Blake Angel.
Hello.
We're glad to be bringing you tonight's duel against the longtime rival, right, Blake?
Yeah, exactly.
of the Green River Wolves come to town. And I'll be honest with you, this team is loaded. They are ranked number 1 currently in the Class 3A. They placed right behind us last week at the Ron-Thon tournament. They were right on our heels the whole tournament. And so this should come down to be a really good duel. We have quite a few JV matches. We're going to bring you those tonight. Looks like about 20 or so of those. They're going to be on 2 mats. And so Blake will take 1 mat, I'll take the other one, and then we'll kind of just go back and forth. So hopefully we keep everything straight. If we don't, we apologize ahead of time. I was telling Blake that since I've been out of the room the last couple years, I haven't kept track of all the JV kids, so I don't know them as well as I probably should, but we're going to try to keep them straight. And as soon as they should be coming up here pretty shortly, we want to put a shout out to SVI Media for allowing us to do this and for viewing and for showing this tonight. And then a shout out to Northern Title, who's the sponsor for the Braves boys wrestling team. With the JV matches, folks, we're going to be jumping all around the place as far as weight classifications are concerned. We're going to start off actually at 132 pounds and 138 pounds, and then they just bounce all over the place, so they won't be in any order as far as weight classifications go. They'll do it in order of how many matches kids have. So they'll do, if a kid has 2 or 3 matches, they'll do him first and then last so that he can get a little bit of a break before he wrestles. So if you see us bouncing back and forth weight classes, that's why. What do you think about tonight's duel, Blake? It's always a fun one to watch, isn't it?
This one is. This is always a well-prescribed barn burner. It's a fun one. We were just talking, there's more people that actually dial into this duel than the population of Afton, Rock Springs, and Green River put together. It's just pretty amazing. So a lot of folks like to jump on and see the action. There's been some close ones over the years. There's been some predictions that went way haywire. Oftentimes Star Valley has been the severe underdog, and we've come up on top, winning several matches that probably statistically we shouldn't have. And so it's been fun to be part of the crowd and also part of the wrestling family, and as a parent to see those barn burners go down. And a shout out to Green River. I can't think of any times where there was unsportsmanship conduct that led to like, oh my word, I can't believe they did that or said that. Green River's been very good. They're great competition. They're great warriors to battle with.
They really are, and they always have been. I can remember clear back to when I was wrestling. They've always had good teams and good wrestlers, and it looks like just a numbers thing here. Looking at the JV matches, they've actually got 18 freshmen on their roster, which is an outstanding number. We actually have 15. We usually have right about that, so that's a good number for us as well. But I was really impressed with that 18 freshmen on their roster tonight.
Yeah, that's just the kind of an idea of the depth that Green River has, and long-standing they have always had, but this year to have that many upcoming freshmen, should they stick with it, that's going to be some serious competition for a number of years.
Yeah, it is. That's always a fun thing to do, is to let people know that you're not going away. I remember back when I was coaching a couple times when we won the Ronthon with our varsity and our JV, and that was always fun to just kind of let people know, yeah, we're here and we're not going anywhere.
Yep. And it's both teams have made a statement over the years, and it's been a big statement. If you can recall, they've been divided, but we've also been together in the 4A classification and in the 3A classification. And it's come down many times to Green River. And Green River, as you know, they'll head to these Idaho schools, including the likes of the Tiger Grizz, and often upset many undefeated Idaho wrestlers that have been wrestling against Utah in great competition. And you'll look back at track wrestling and study that, and you'll see that Green River is kind of the warhorse that shows up and puts a loss on records that have been unbroken for the entire year. So they always have great wrestlers that don't really care about records. They don't care about stats. They show up to battle.
They really do, and I'll tell you what, the kids better have their shoelaces done up tight tonight and ready to get after it.
Absolutely.
Because Green River's going to want nothing better than to upset us on our home mat.
They're always hungry.
I was looking at the classification rankings this week. Green River's ranked number 1 as a team in the Class 3A, and they actually had us at 4.
Oh, no kidding.
In the 4A. They might not have updated it since the Ronthon, I'm like guessing, because they should have us at 2 at least, right?
Well,
behind Thunder Basin. Thunder Basin
Yep.
beat us, so that's probably who should be ranked 1. But it kind of surprised me that we were down at 4. But you know what? A lot of times the good old Braves get overlooked by those folks down there in Casper, and we have to go prove ourselves, it seems like, every single year, even though we have a few state title banners hanging up in the gym.
Well, Coach Guild's been part of most of those that have hung up in the recent decades, so he would know. Which, congratulations, by the way. I think most of those wins, we just celebrated, Coach Eddie Clark celebrated, I believe it was 600 dual victories.
Isn't that something else?
It is. Of course, Coach Guild being there for probably 98% of that. So pretty amazing victory, and congratulations to Coach Clark and all the assistants over the years that have helped build this program, keep it strong, and keep these athletes going.
This is Newell over here, I think. They look a little lighter, don't they? So it'd be 30. So it'd be actually, Kaysen over here. And
this would be Newell over here on the right.
Yeah, so you'd have Hudson over there.
All right, folks, we are wrestling underway. We've got Hudson Newell. Star Valley takes a nice front headlock, changes off to the near side, does a sweep behind to gain the 2-point advantage. Score 2-0.
And over here on mat number 1, Braden McMullen from Green River ends up with the first takedown and first points in this match.
Hudson was able to secure arm bar for a moment, almost had some danger points, went ahead and changed off with the near arm chop. Seems to be in control of this match. Oh, and he ducks that arm under his head, nearly gets the turn for some predictable points. Ref's going to stop that. Not sure why.
And over here on mat number 1, we have a
Time.
reversal with Case. Oh, and then he had Green River on his back, and then he got reversed right to his back. So now he's, I thought we maybe caught a break there, but.
That may be an indication of what this evening might be about.
Now he's going again.
There he goes.
Now he's almost got it.
That way.
He's almost there. He gets the reversal again. So a little bit of back and forth on mat number 1 tonight. We believe it's Kason Mizrani and Braden McMullen on mat number 1. Oh, and then another escape it's going to look like. I don't think he'll get the 1, but he should get that 1 point there. So another escape. That's been, and I don't blame that ref going over there and making sure that score's right, because they were back and forth and back and forth.
You got to be a mathematician to keep track of that one. So that was a lot of back and forth. Folks, on the second mat here, it seems the clock was not running. I believe they've got a technical issue they're just trying to resolve. Coach Patterson's pulled his wrestler aside, giving him some good words of wisdom there. But I do believe that was just nothing potential, no injury. I believe the clock just wasn't doing its job. So we're going to try to figure that out on the tech and get back to Hudson's match. I don't see any score posted for your match. Is that?
I don't either. I don't know if they're keeping it on paper, and
it might be across the board. The tech challenges is what I'm guessing. They're both saying 2 minutes, first period. Well, we're well into the first period and 0-0.
So they must be having technical issues with both clocks.
Sometimes it makes you wonder how much time we lose to the technological advancements versus just having somebody write it down and flip charts. Don't you miss the good old
don't know
flip
how
charts?
many times if we wish we just go back to that. You didn't, and then if you had a problem, both teams would come to the table and you'd look and see, and then you'd figure it out. And you didn't have to worry about losing anything with electricity going out or anything.
Maybe AI will step in and do some wonderful things. You know, heck, they might even be reffing our matches next year.
You never know what they're going to be doing. I'll tell you what, it's kind of crazy how fast that stuff's going.
My question is, if we have AI refs, can you ridicule them more, or you treat them less human-like? Can you drive them out of town, or maybe they'll turn on us? Who knows?
I don't know. Be kind of nervous going up against a robot.
Yeah. We've actually been pretty fortunate to have, for the most part, good refs doing their job, doing what they can, unbiased. Unfortunately, in all sports, there's always someone that might be a little tainted by the opposing team's peer pressure, so to speak. But often it comes down to just the courtesy of the coaches. And if a coach is courteous, the ref usually tries to give that same respect back. When we start to get defiant, and sometimes the refs, pulls their weights back and say, well, I'm going to show you who's reffing this, and you're not. So we don't want to get in that trap.
All right, it looks like we're going to get back underway here on mat number 1.
The clock's still not moving, are they?
Looks like they're doing things by hand at the table.
Okay, manually.
We got Green River coming in with it. Oh, I almost had to take down. Now Star Valley ends up getting it. Kason ends up picking up the 2 points on the takedown there. And, folks, I apologize. I have no idea what the score is. I'd love to tell you, but they were so back and forth, I lost track.
Well, if we're going criteria, we're ahead, right?
Criteria.
No. In the days of freestyle, the person that scores the last points if there's a tie. But they may not be tied, but that was a really good move by Kason.
Looks like Green River's going to win the toss there. It's going to defer over to Kason. And he's choosing bottom, it looks like. Looks like Green River's McMullen is throwing the legs in, trying to. Now he's got him out, looking for a half on the side. Doesn't get it. Kason doing a good job coming to his feet. McMullen returns him, looking for the half. Ooh, looks like he's got a full Nelson on the ref. Caught it, did a good job getting right there and catching that.
Well, good job for you. You're quite a distance to catch that. Eagle eye. I think I would have missed it from this distance, but...
All right, here we go. Looks like Green River's looking for the cradle. Gets a little too high. Kason's able to get behind the leg. Oh, Green River goes right back down to the cradle now. And this match is all over the place. Green River's out of position a little bit. This should be it. Give Kaysen an escape here. There we go.
Very nice.
This is kind of one of those flippy-floppy matches, isn't it?
It is. Boy, that was a psych shot.
Oh.
Got to be careful if he's got that on. He could step. Oh! That stepping over sometimes can get you and put you in a bad position, too. I don't think he quite had that whizzer in deep enough to throw a hook over his back. But
yep, and Kaysen got just out of position enough where he was able to flip him over and getting some more back points now.
If we can fight off that, we've seen him do it a couple times. We know he's able.
He looks like he's pretty flexible down there. So
he is. His hips really
and he fights
turn.
hard, doesn't he?
He does. He's back and forth, back and forth. Oh, Green River doing a good job, though, really spreading out, making his base.
He's got him a little tighter now. And there again, there's the fall. So Green River will pick up the first win of the night with what we think is Braden McMullen over Kaysen Mizrani. And, folks, once again, if I'm murdering these names, I really apologize.
We have on mat 2, they put their warm-ups, at least Star Valley did, back on. And I'm not sure if that's because we have a limited number of manual scorekeepers, and they're just using the time best they could by running one match manually, but maybe couldn't do that. Well, probably the second team's working on the tech side of it is what I'm guessing.
All right, starting another match on mat number 1. This is Hudson England from Star Valley and Taven Vendetti of Green River at 106 pounds. Hudson's in on a shot, but Vendetti's doing a good job cross-facing and getting the ankle and getting around. And should have the takedown there, looking for a leg Turk. He's got the cross-face and the Turks, getting some back points. I did notice, and I just have the last name written down, but I have a Vendetti from Green River placing 4th over there at the Ronthon last weekend.
Wow.
So if that's him, then
maybe he's got a brother too. I mean, he plays 4th in Wrestle JV. You got a force of JV that can't wait. Oh, boy, he did a good job though. Vendetti took advantage of that Turk.
He did.
Good chain wrestling and a great fight from Hudson. All right, looks like we are going to get back to wrestling. They're going to start right where they left off with Star Valley taking that takedown. Green River takes down position. Folks, this is on mat 2. Green River, excellent job getting to their feet, fighting hands. We go back to neutral, score 2-1. Now, I believe this is also Hudson, but Hudson Newell wrestling on the mat that you're viewing now. Oh, boy, we'd had some great wrestling. Unfortunately, out of real estate. We turn back to the center.
And coming up on mat number 1, we have Keeman Philliby and Gabe Montoya, 144 pounds. And it looks like Philliby's off to a good start with the takedown. He's got the crossface on. Looking for some back points there. Getting close. There he goes. He's getting some backers now. Oh, Montoya was able to sneak out, but he did pick up 2 back points.
Back on mat 2, we have a great climb behind, turns it into a return, catches a little air on the way, and secures another 2 points. It should put us up 4-1 with Hudson Newell leading that match.
And on mat number 1, Philliby back with some more back points with a crossface and a near leg dump. And picking up some good back points. Should pick up 3 more. Looking for the fall.
When we had a fall on mat number 2, we just ran out of time. Hudson had an excellent tight cradle, but saved by the bell there as we enter the second round.
And we have 3 near fall, and then the ref stopped. He said he did something illegal. And, folks, I'm sorry. I didn't see anything that he did illegal, but I'm not the ref, and I'm not down there close, so I didn't see everything. But, anyway, he did something there, so Green River will pick up a penalty point off of that.
You know, did you say Montoya? He looks like a Montoya.
He is a Montoya, yep.
That's a strong wrestling name from Green River. On mat 2, Green River does secure the escape. We're going back neutral. Star Valley still leads this one by a margin of at least 4 points. As Hudson Newell is fighting for hand control, sprawls.
Philippi on mat number 1 just picked up 3 more back points. Now he's going right back to the crossface again, picking up some more.
Wow, that might be working towards a tech fall, huh? Intentional points. Hudson in on a sweep single, turns it to a double dump. Does indeed work for another 2-point advantage, putting it up by a margin of 6. Hudson Newell leads Star Valley. His opponent looks like Paxton Still, if we have the name right, from Green River. Still, Green River, and Newell, Star Valley.
Comes the end of the first period over here with Philippi and Montoya. Philippi's up by about 8 or 9, 11 to 1.
Hudson Newell have the hand behind the back, almost gets Zuniga, changes that off. Green River still doing a great job of fighting those hands, maintaining his base, and seems to be constantly just getting to his feet. He's moving, he's not laying down as they go out of bounds. I believe the score here is, it should be 8-2 in favor of Hudson.
A little bit of an injury break over here. The Green River Montoya with the shoulder, something bothering him. So.
Hudson Newell was able to secure a cross wrist off the whistle, changes that off, trying to sweep that arm behind his back. And folks, that can turn into a lot of moves. It could be a hammerlock, it could be a Zuniga, you can slip an arm bar in. The secret is don't get the arm past a 90-degree angle. So when you see a wrestler's arm back behind his own back, and Hudson does a fantastic job pulling him back, but again, we're going to run out of time. But if you raise that arm above that 90-degree, the ref's going to stop it for the safety of the other wrestler, and they get to restart. So you do all that work. You don't want to crank that hand. I remember Coach Guild and Coach Clark, I think they use the term, put it in their back pocket. Put it in their back pocket, but don't try to raise it up for a potential dangerous situation.
And over here on mat number 1, we started off with Philby on bottom in the second period. He was able to get a reversal and get right back to that cross face and put Montoya on his back again.
Well, that was a quick change of position, wasn't it?
It was.
I blinked.
Philby's looking tough with that crossface. He's doing a good job with that.
Well, yeah, I should say so. Working well for him. Back on mat 2, Hudson Newell on a good shot, does another double leg dump to secure another 2-point advantage. We should be up about 10-2. Actually, should be 10-3, I believe. We'll have to verify that. He takes an arm, working on that arm. It works right to his back. Green River seems a little more gassed now. He had a lot of fight in him, but Hudson's wearing him down. Is that a fall?
And over here on mat number 1, Philby picks up the tech fall, which for those of you, that's means he's got ahead by 15 points or more, and at that stage they call it a tech fall, and you win and pick up 5 points for your team.
Wow, excellent.
So good job there by Philby.
We should be about that margin here with Hudson Newell against Paxton Steele. Again, we apologize we can't give you the definitive score, but I know it's past a major. And as said, if you get past 15 points, they stop the match in favor of the person that scored them and call it a tech fall. Looks like we've got our opponent back on the mat. I'm not sure who that is.
Over here on mat number 1, we've got 190 pounds Thomas Beck from Star Valley and Caleb Clark from Green River. And Clark picks up the first takedown. Pick up the first points of the duel, the match.
Hudson Newell's going to take this one by at least major decision, if not tech fall. The towel did come out, but he scored 3 more points by way of near fall. So great job, Hudson Newell. Good job, Paxton Steele, getting to his feet several times during that match.
Back here on mat number 1, Thomas Beck still on bottom. Only points have been scored, so it's just 2-0 in favor of Clark from Green River. Clark's doing a good job throwing those legs in and looking to stretch that arm. Looking for the power half. Get the elbow in the back of the head, and now he's looking for that half, stretching it out. And I'll tell you, folks, that doesn't feel good when that happens. Looking, getting some back points there. Looking for the fall. Thomas Beck's doing a good job fighting. But number six.
I believe here on the mat number 2, we've got Cyrus Tolman, Star Valley, versus Jeremiah Musbach from Green River. 113-pound weight class, mat 2. Jeremiah does a nice, just kind of a sweep and go behind. Secures the first points in this match. Going for a suicide cradle, does indeed have it locked up over his own back, and he is securing back points, folks.
And over here on mat number 1, 138 pounds, Colby Merritt of Star Valley, Nathaniel Porter of Green River.
Cyrus did a fantastic job. He was able to break that lock, brought it back to his base. So we're still in the game. And 113, mat 2, Cyrus Tolman.
Colby Merritt on mat number 1 with an incredibly nice looking high crotch lift to a double. You could take that out of the book.
Yeah, I caught that one on the side of my eye. He knows that he could train anybody how to do that one. Cyrus Tolman, he's fighting hands. He's trying to get back to his base. There was a few more predicament points that were awarded in favor of Green River. Cyrus is being a little cautious with those hands. You can't blame him. Every time he goes to try to take that cross wrist off, Green River manages to take advantage of that. Got a fairly deep half sunk in now. We're right on the out of bounds, and the ref does say we're going back center.
Over here on mat number 1, Colby's cranking on that crossface, looking for the near leg dump. Now he's looking for the cradle, running that crossface series. He's doing a really good job keeping. Now he's just back into neutral base position there. The score still remains 2-0 in favor of Merritt on mat number 1. Looking for that Zuniga to dig the arm out. Doesn't quite get it out.
Like Cyrus Tolman back on mat number 2. We're going to go into the second round here. Green River's done a great job of trying to rack up some points. Cyrus is still in this fight. I don't know if I'd pick down in this position. Looks like it is our choice. He defers to Green River. Green River takes down, so this will be a good opportunity to see what Cyrus can do on the top. That first round was a little rough. If you're Green River, of course, he did a great job of controlling that in the top position. Green River to his feet. Cyrus does a great job dropping down to a single. Green River, however, had a counter there. Kind of reached down and did that little, what do you call that, when they reach and grab the calf and sit back and
that
dump
little
them?
dump, yeah.
Yep, and it did work.
And then we got a little break over here on Colby Merritt's mat, but it's still just 2-0.
Cyrus trying to, I don't know if he's aware where he's at. Technically, he is out of bounds. Under the new rules, folks, implemented just years ago, you can technically pin your opponent now with their shoulders out of bounds. So long as your feet remains in, you can get a pin or a takedown. And there we have the fall.
There it is.
Great job for Green River and a good fight for Cyrus. Now, if our paperwork's right, folks, on mat 2, we should have Hazen Hess coming up from Star Valley, and he'll be wrestling at the 150-pound weight class. His opponent from Green River, Orion Balazin. I apologize, Green River. We'll just call him Orion or Orion. I might need Brother Gildold here to help me out there. Is that Orion or Orion?
Or Orion, I think.
Orion. All right.
But I'm an art teacher, not an English teacher. So.
Well, I think Orion's a cool sounding name. So is Orion, so we apologize, Belizan family, if we're not doing that right. But looks like that's our next match. If you stay with us on mat 2, Hazen Hess, Orion Balazan.
And we're getting ready to start round number 2 here with Colby Merritt and Nathaniel Porter. Porter from Green River will be on bottom position. Nice chop there to get him broke down to the mat, looking for the 2-on-1 there.
All right, Hayes and Hess both standing neutral. Looked like he was getting psyched out, get his mind on this match.
Potter coming to his feet there, but Merritt able to do a good job returning him back to the mat with the back heel trip.
Back to mat 2. Green River takes a fairly deep shot. Hazens really does a good job bringing him right back up, pulls his both arms straight back up off his legs, so we're back in neutral position. No points, 0-0, first round. He's in a great position here to score. Hazen has a single leg. He brings it up, jacks it up high. The finish is a rear trip, and he does indeed get it, 2-0 in favor of Hess.
Nice job by Hess right there. Colby's looking for the Zuniga. He's got the arm peeled off on the back. Now he's looking to scoop that head. He needs to get his chest underneath that shoulder if he can to push him over. Potter's doing a good job putting that shoulder down so he can't get underneath it. He needs to push that wrist back towards the back pocket a little bit more. He's a little bit high with that arm. Doing a good job staying on the blanket ride, though. Great job.
Hazen's getting some great riding time in here. Green River's doing a good job of defending. He does come to his feet for a 1-point escape, score 2-1 in favor of Star Valley.
There, it looks like Colby's able to get the half on now. Right at the whistle, and just ran out of time. Didn't quite get back points on that. So the score should still be 2-0 in favor of Merritt on mat 1.
Back to mat 2, Hazen Hess is in lead. The scores do look to be working. I don't know if yours is. It doesn't look like it, but ours seems to be reflected in the accurate score. 2-1 in favor of Hazen Hess. Second round. Green River takes bottom, Hazen on top.
Mat number 1, we Merritt on bottom and Potter on top, and Merritt with the escape. Back to the feet, so he's up 3-0. Watch out for that headlock there, bud.
Yeah, he looks like he's trying to fish for that.
It's one of the things that Green River does a lot of fundamental techniques right, but they're really good at a headlock.
When it's time to go, they go with the throw, and they're not afraid to pull it out of their back pocket in the time of need.
Nice little duck under there by Colby to get the takedown there, so that should put him up 5-0.
Well, Ryan, back on mat 2, hits a power switch, almost gets it, turns it into, and it's going to, boy, Hazen does a fantastic job maintaining control, no loss of contact, folks, so we're still going to have Hazen on the top, but boy, that you could easily have awarded a point, at least for effort for Green River. That was fantastic.
That was good.
We need a point for Hazen, though, too. That re-attack was just phenomenal.
He must be pretty strong to get underneath that kid and lift him like he just did.
Absolutely. Maybe a little time in the gym or just that adrenaline. We saw him getting pretty psyched out when he came in, and it's working in his favor.
Colby Merritt still hanging tough on top position, up 5-0. Just needs to stay solid and smart, and he'll win this match.
Yours comes to a close. We are deep into the second period back on mat 2. Hazen is wrestling extremely strong. Believe it or not, folks, the score is a 1-point margin. We're only 2-1. But Hazen's done a fantastic job. Just a lot of phenomenal wrestling. It'd be nice to see points for returns, wouldn't it?
It would be.
2 points with feet off the back. Yeah.
The prettier the better, huh?
Yeah, the prettier the better.
Colby with a nice crossface on, looking for the cradle, now looking for the near leg dump.
We're down about 45 seconds left back on mat 2 in the second period. Hazen Hess leads 2-1. Riding strong on the top.
So that'll bring the match to an end on mat number 1. Colby Merritt will pick up a 5-0 win. Nice job there for Colby. Good solid match. Good effort by Nathaniel Porter from Green River.
If we were keeping scores on the duel, that should put us kind of equal.
About even, I think. Pretty close.
We got Hazen Hess. He's about 5 seconds before the expiration of the second period. We'll see if the position changes, gives us some more points. We've had lots of action, just not a lot of points.
And we're starting a new one here on mat number 1, 150 pounds, Cameron Mickelson against Andy Weipert of Green River. That's a wrestling name from Green River,
yeah,
too.
Absolutely. Goes
and
back years.
If I remember right, they're all tall and lanky.
Genes and name, yeah. We're not going to. Okay, we skirt out of bounds back on mat number 2. Hazen takes bottom position. He hasn't been in bottom position yet. In the third round, we hope he's got the energy and the stamina to kind of stay out of danger's way. But so far, he's proven that he's got plenty of that. As he takes a 2-point reversal, sweeps an arm on the way for an arm bar. We now lead this one 4-1 on mat 2.
Still no score on mat number 1. Both guys still on their feet.
Back to mat 2. Hazen secures an arm bar, gets him over this time, and we're counting. We go for a fall. Great job, Hazen Hess. Winner, 150 pounds.
That was nice when he came back over the top with that arm. We called that a straight jacket when that happens sometimes. He kind of slipped out of the other side, so it wasn't a full straight jacket, but he did an excellent job right there.
I should say so. He had as much energy there as I saw exhibit in the first round. That's a good sign of a well-conditioned athlete.
Yeah, really good. Got a little break in the action here on mat number 1. Looks like the blood time for Mickelson.
Now, this is interesting. They have up on the screen a fourth period, as if an overtime with even a 30-second standard overtime.
And the score 4-1.
Yeah, so we're still working on the tech side of it, folks. If you see that on your screen, I would say it's probably a good idea to ignore that.
This little break in action gives me a time to say again thanks to SVI Media and to Northern Title for sponsoring Braves Wrestling.
Well, for sure, what a great effort SVI Media has done to provide not only equipment but time and set up, and behind us we've got Mr. Dave Gazer. Well, he was behind us. We got a lot of folks on the camera. Connor Clint behind us, kind of manning things, keeping us straight, and we appreciate his great efforts.
Yeah, and once again, thanks Northern Title with offices in Afton and Thane, and good deeds done daily down there at Northern Title. Here we go. Back into action again with Cameron Mickelson and Weipert from Green River.
All right, mat 2's under action. We'll find out the athlete here. I believe this is
10.
Cameron. Oh, this is number
10.
Canyon, Star Valley versus Jacob, Green River. Canyon Rivas, Star Valley, Jacob Galvin, Green River. We're still in the neutral position. 30 seconds have expired. Neither opponent able to overcome the other. No points yet.
No point scored yet in mat number 1 either.
Great scramble there with Canyon.
Mickelson in on a corner single, but gets to it. Gets his hands locked around the leg. Now he needs to try to get it up, but Weipert does a great job hipping into him and breaking that lock. Oh, and Mickelson ends up with the takedown.
Nice.
Right at the bell.
Right
nice
on.
job. So Mickelson takes the lead 2-0 over Weipert from Green River.
Back on mat 2, we're going to expire the period maybe with no points as we have Canyon wrestling against Jacob. This is a 165-pound weight class on mat 2. Going to lose a headgear and go stop. Put that headgear back on.
Starting the second period here on mat number 1 with Weipert on bottom and Mickelson on top.
Back on mat 2, we have a shot front headlock series. Green River tries to spin around for that near side cradle. Canyon does a good job of bringing them back to their feet. We're about 5 seconds before the expiration of the first period. Still no score, and this is going to be close, folks, and we're going to award it 2 points on the 0-0. Double zero on the ref. Let's see if Green River challenges that. That was right on the buzzer, but I think it's going to go in our favor. And it does. It sticks. 2-0 on the buzzer.
Still 2-0 on mat number 1, continuing the second period here. Minute and a half left in the second period. Mickelson still on top position. Doing a good job hanging on that wrist. Just needs to kind of get something broke down here. Weipert's doing a good job staying on his base and not letting Mickelson get him broke up. And then he comes to his feet. Almost out, almost out. Mickelson comes to us, drops down to a single leg. And they go out of bounds, and nothing awarded, so they'll stay the same position. That was probably a good call right there by the ref.
Yep. Had a little blood time at 165 pounds with Canyon's match and Jacob. We're beginning the second round. It appears we're going neutral. No, we're going to change that position. And, folks, if you're wondering what mat 2 is, it would be on the right side of your screen. Mat 2's on the right. Mat 1, is that right?
I think so.
We hope we're saying that right. You can probably tell by the wrestling action who's who, but we're in live action again. Canyon comes to his feet, takes a 1 point for the escape, leads now 3-0. And a nice chuck down, nearly a sweep behind for another 2 point advantage. He shifts off to the cowboy or the front headlock, and he gets it. Changes off, but we're still going to get points and back points off of this. Takedown and back points. And we have a fall. And should have we continued to wrestle, would have been a major decision. So great job, Canyon. Some slick wrestling there.
And still scoreless in this second period. Mickelson still up 2-0, but the second period has been scoreless. Neither wrestler able to do much in that second period. Ooh, and Weipert almost gets an escape right there at the end, but Mickelson able to hold on and keep him from scoring. So going into the third period, it's still 2-0 in favor of Mickelson.
You know, you see a 2 point margin like that, you think not a lot of action. It can change in a second. You look at this match with Canyon, it was 2 points on the buzzer, and then he scored, 6-7 within the first 30 seconds of the next.
Can happen in a hurry. That's one of the fun things about this sport.
Absolutely, and the ability to change position at a new round and gives athletes an opportunity to showcase where they're strong at and maybe know where they're going to be stronger at next time. On this mat here, I believe this one is
match number 11.
Match 11. Is it Kaysen again?
Yeah.
Kaysen, Mizrahi of Star Valley versus Kendall Porter of Green River. It looks like Star Valley has the advantage, takes a 2 point lead, 2-0. Great job with that takedown with Kaysen.
Here on mat number 1, Weipert's on top, and he's got those legs in, and he's stretching him out and cranking on his hips. Or that's in an uncomfortable position there for Mickelson. Mickelson needs to try to get his knees together and unwind that leg that he's got locked up and see if he can get out of that.
Back on mat 2, once again, this is Kaysen Mizrahi versus Kendall Porter of Green River. No change in position. Kaysen leads 2-0 and is in the top position, wrestling at the 132-pound weight class.
And a good call here by the ref with a stalemate call. Neither wrestler, Weipert had the legs on good, but he wasn't really doing much with them, so good call there to stalemate it and get a fresh start.
Kaysen has one leg in, thinking about throwing a second hook, but he's a little high. Green River trying to take advantage of that. Looks like a double arm over the head dump. Looks like he's trying to dump him. And he's fighting hard, and this is going to be anyone's battle, folks. It looks like it's going to favor Green River as Kaysen gets himself in a little bit of a predicament.
And over here on that number 1, Mickelson does a good job reversing, getting out of those legs and reversing. Forgot his name already. Weipert. on mat number 1 here. Really good job not panicking with those legs and keeping the elbows tight so he couldn't get under and is able to reverse him. Now we give about 17 seconds to finish out this match. He's up 4-0.
Back on mat 2, Kaysen trails by 2, scored a 2-4 in favor of Green River due to that predicament that Green River was able to get him in. That's it looks like this is Kendall Porter from Green River, if I'm not mistaken. I think I said that earlier, but he has 2 matches and they're side by side, so hopefully I didn't say the wrong name before.
So Mickelson on mat number 1 will pick up the 4-0 win. Nice match by Cameron. Pick up the win. That was a tough win.
Yeah. Digging deep. We go to our feet. Back on mat number 2. Score now 2-5 as Kaysen trails by 3. Both wrestlers in the neutral position.
And on mat number 1, that should bring us to Damian Burgess and Logan Bowers, 175 pounds. And Burgess with the quick takedown and taking him right down to his back. He's got the half in. He's got it tight, too. It's going to be tough for Bowers to get out of that. That's pretty dang tight.
Ooh.
And there's the fall. So
nice.
Picking up the 27-second fall there.
Yeah. Made quick work of that
Damian
one.
Burgess, 175 pounds.
Back on mat 2, Kaysen in a strong position to score again, has a near ankle, also the cross facing hard. Ref says not there yet. And it's going to be close. I believe there's a 2 points, you bet. So we take this one 4-5. 1 point margin separates this match. Deep into the second, 20 seconds left, 1 round to go.
Brings us up to 175 pounds on mat number 1, Enrique Molina and Braden Connolly from Green River.
All right. We take the expiration of the second round. Going into third, we trail by 1. Score 4-5 in favor of Green River. Kaysen takes down position. Very critical timing here in the down position of the third round. Again, that's when usually your energy is in the least, but it's also sometimes the easiest point to gain and escape. So we've got to be careful to use that energy to get to our feet, not give up any more back points, because once again, we're in this match. Margin of 1 separates the winner. 4-5 as Kaysen is in the down position.
And on mat number 1, Connolly picking up the first points with the takedown over Molina from Star Valley. So Green River picking up the early lead.
Almost have a colliding of wrestlers there. And this is looking good. We get it. We secure it. Folks, we move ahead 6-5 as Kaysen does a fantastic job reversing. Nearly puts Green River in a predicament position. Got about a minute and a quarter left of the third round. We are leading by 1 point. Kaysen leads by 1. If you're from Green River, I better stop saying we. Oh! Well, I'm glad to see 1 hand on the head rather than 2. We stop the action on mat 2 due to potentially dangerous. But I don't think we're going to sacrifice any points for anything illegal.
And over on mat number 1, Connolly looking for some back points here. Almost to get Molina on his back, and he does, and he is probably going to pick up. Yep, there's the fall there. So Green River picking up a fall with Braden Connolly over Enrique Molina at 175 pounds.
Back on mat 2, once again, 6-5, 1 point match as Kaysen leads by 1 with 40 seconds left in the third. Green River doing a fantastic job maintaining base position. Kaysen's been struggling to get him down on his belly, but he is fighting with all his might. Had an arm nearly back behind his back. Does a good job. Ankle dump there. Nearly gets Green River turned. Does indeed get him broke down.
And on mat number 1, we're starting a new one, 175 pounds. Carson Clapp from Star Valley and Timothy Robinson from Green River.
Back to mat 2, we're down to the final 7 seconds. Star Valley leads by 1. Talman's out. Green River can tie this up. It's not going to happen as this one. Boy, that was a close one, folks. Great job, Green River.
Nice match there both ways.
It's always tough. You lead the entire time minus the last round, and that's exactly what happened with Green River, I think.
Yeah.
He did lead this match, but Kaysen, hats off to him, coming back and pulling ahead with a 1-point victory.
Carson Clapp looking for that slide by right there. Didn't quite get it, but a nice little attempt there, that slide by. Once again, this is 175 pounds. Carson Clapp versus Timothy Robinson from Green River, mat number 1. 15.
We've got Hudson England, Star Valley versus Brecken Hansen Gunter of Green River. Brecken Hansen Gunter from Green River and England Star Valley.
I know Gunter's a Green River name because I had to wrestle one of them.
Oh, well.
Well, in freestyle and Greco. I didn't wrestle him in school, but
that's
tough. And a couple of the.
When you remember, it means they probably had some pretty good skill. Is that right?
He was 3-time state champ, so he wasn't too bad.
Not too shabby, no. Well, if this is his son or relative or nephew, he seems to be showcasing a little bit. Took a pretty quick takedown, but Hudson was able to get the escape. Turns it into a 2-1 match. And this here, boy, Gunter does indeed take another 2-point advantage to lead this one on mat 2, 4-1. Is that better on the volume? I'd move the mic out.
Mine too loud?
No.
And we have 0-0 on mat number 1, and they had a stalemate call there, so getting finished. 10 seconds left in that first round.
I believe it says 4-1. I think this should be 4-2 now because we had another escape. As Gunter takes a far ankle, puts some hips into Hudson and trying for another 2-point takedown. He does indeed secure it, moving the score further in favor of Green River. Again, this is 106 pounds. Hudson England and Brecken Hansen Gunter.
And on mat number 1, we start second period with Robinson on bottom and Clapp on top position. Just starting the second period.
Gunter able to get some back points. We have the time ticking down. Looks like we're going to see another round here on mat number 2, 106 pounds, Hudson England.
Oh, and Clapp with the...
Oh, boy.
And gets him pulled over and stacks him up.
That's
nice job there.
Survival moves. You stop wrestling and you start thinking about just living.
And that was tight. So Carson Clapp with the fall there over Timothy Robinson of Green River.
Back on mat 2, Hudson, top position, doing a great job fighting. His opponent flags his hands down. That is going to cost a penalty point, folks. If you're watching, if the top wrestler locks his hands around the body, accepting a pinning combination, if he locks his hands around the body of his opponent and the opponent tags a hand on the mat or is in any way down on 3 or 4 limbs, it costs a point. That person who is on the bottom position gains a point. So in this case, it looks like Coach Patterson might have a question about that. It did look like on my angle, the hands were locked, but sometimes that's tough because sometimes you tag the other opponent's hand. It looks like your hand.
And down here on mat number 1, we're starting a new match at 113 pounds. Cyrus Tolman from Star Valley and Tim Church from Green River. Church with the early takedown to get the first points of the match.
Back to mat 2, Hudson's back in the top position. Trails by 9, working hard. Hits that crossface. Drops his opponent down to at least a forearm, and that's a good position to be in. He's trying to block that elbow so he can sink that in a little deeper. Green River does a good job getting fingers and does indeed get the escape to take another point to lead this one 11-1.
And over on mat number 1, you have Church looking for the crossface, but Tolman able to do a good job peeling it off. And so far the score is just 2-0 in favor of Church.
Back on mat 2, Brecken is able to secure another takedown. puts him in the lead by quite the margin. I believe we're past Major if that says 13-1. But I'll tell you, Hudson just looks really good. You know, he's got great movement, great stability. His stance is good. His movement is looking good. Score looks a little imbalanced, but Hudson doing a great job.
Over on mat number 1, Church with a nice crossface on, looking for the dump, but Tolman able to fight it off and get the escape. So
nice.
Picks up his 2-1 match over there on mat number 1.
Mat 2, Star Valley, escape. Good job, Hudson. We're going to stop this one. I'm not sure, maybe blood time. We technically on the clock says we have 17 seconds left in the second, but we stopped it. We'll let you know why here momentarily.
Mat number 1 stopped as well. Looked like they had something with the clock again, which has kind of been the story of the night.
It has. Well, we'd rather have those stops rather than injury. When you
For
see
sure,
an injury
for
stop,
sure.
just tough way to have a wrestling match. So we'll take the tech issues. Maybe they'll take the place of any potential injuries. Back in action, mat number 2, Hudson England. Trails on this one. We're in the neutral position. He scored the last point, gaining an escape. We're in the second round with 10 seconds left. Fighting off a deep double. Nearly able to kind of throw him around with that arm, but unfortunately gets caught on his back in the process.
And over on mat number 1, Tolman started on bottom position in round number 2, and Church is trying that crossface again, seeing what he can get going there. Right now, nothing, but he's still battling there, trying to get some back points, and Tolman trying to get hand control. If he can get hand control and beat it and get up, but so far, a 2-1 match still in favor of Church.
Folks, if you're just joining us, we are on the JV matches of the Star Valley Green River Duel. And it's quite an event when you can have literally 2 full-fledged duels. When you have the team stacked that nice, that you can actually have a full JV duel. Some are going to get 2 matches in, and then varsity will begin after senior night. This number 16?
17.
17. Mat 2, we've got Griffin Norris of Star Valley versus Paxton Steele of Green River. Steele, Green River, Norris, Star Valley. Steele takes the first score, 2-. Actually, looks like I got some back points when I wasn't looking. 4-0 lead.
And still a 2-1 lead over here for Church on the mat number 1. Tolman trying to get up and like tripod situation, and you can do a little knee slide there, but he's got to watch out for that cradle. And Church picking up the cradle and getting over for at least 2 back points. We'll see if Church able to battle off. Hopefully he kept him at 2. He did. Good job fighting off your back there, and a good cradle by Church. So Church picking up the 4-1 lead going into the 3rd period.
Back on mat 2, we've got about 1:10 left in the first round. That's Griffin Norris, trails by 4, putting in a good battle as he comes to his feet and does indeed get the 1 point escape. Score now 4-1 in favor of Paxton from Green River. Now under a minute, first round, under a minute left, I should say. Still on a shot. Griffin feeds him some great pressure and was able to get the takedown off of that himself. Score now 3-4, still in favor of Green River, but Griffin doing a great job of narrowing the margin quick.
And on mat number 1, starting the 3rd period, as Church was on bottom position, was able to get the quick reversal, so he's up 6-1 over Tolman at 113 pounds there on mat number 1. Now looking for the crossface, looking for the barbed wire here. Tolman doing a good job stopping that.
We're down to about the final 7 seconds as Griffin has a heck of a crossface, nearly secured the cradle. The towel boy's out there though, and I think we may stop this action. Oh, not before Steele does indeed pick up a 1 point escape. Moves that needle a little further, score 3-5, entering the 2nd period.
Here on mat number 1, about 1 minute left in the third period in the match. Church from Green River's up 6-1. With Tolman on bottom position right now. If he could, with wrestling, if you can get going and hit something here, he can get right back in this.
Certainly. We're going to take a penalty here. I believe they said back on mat 1, locked hands against Star Valley. So Green River, Paxton will pick up 1 point. Score now 3-6. We trail by 3. Griffin trails by 3.
And Church on mat number 1 is still able to hold Tolman down. Tolman's not able to do much as far as scoring off that bottom position. Church is doing a really nice job keeping him controlled, and about 10 seconds left in that match.
Back on mat 2, Griffin seems to be in control, has a fairly tight crossface. Looks like may have been working for a cradle. Green River is doing a great job taking that arm. Well, now we're down to belly base. He's going to change that off to a screwdriver or a barbed wire, and his chin's shifting. And boy, Green River, fantastic job, able to fight that off as they come back to the base, nearly the base position. Griffin doing a good job.
And up here on mat number 1, Church was able to pick up the 4-1 win over Tolman, and that'll bring up match number 18, and we got Daryl Hunting from Star Valley versus Nathaniel Potter of Green River. And Hunting with the quick takedown, gets him to his back, but doesn't quite hold him long enough for back points, I don't think. So Daryl Hunting picking up the quick takedown, and this is 138 pounds.
Griffin also 138. We're going to take a little blood time out on mat 2.
And Daryl Hunting looking for the crossface. There's got the crossface, running the head, looking for just running the series, reading the opponent. You got different things that you could do off this crossface, and that the wrestler, this is where some of the thinking aspects of wrestling come in. The wrestler's going to wait and see what his opponent does, and then he's going to react according to how his opponent reacts, and then he's going to put on a different move based on how his opponent reacts, and that's exactly what Daryl's doing a really nice job of right here. Looking for that belly wrap, gets him down. Now he's looking for the barbed wire. Not quite there, going right back to the cradle. Looking for that. It looks like he's almost got that locked up.
Back on mat 2, 144 pounds, Caleb Erickson versus Gabe Montoya. I'm not exactly sure how that other one ended or why it ended a little early. Unless the clock was off.
It must have been.
Then Canyon Rivas and Joe Alvarez, Thomas Beck and Jake Stewart, and Texan Mizrahi.
Once again, 144 pounds, mat 2. Caleb Erickson, Gabe Montoya. Once again, Montoya, one of those deep Green River names. They go back a long ways with competitive, very competitive wrestlers. I think Cyril Montana was either 2 or 3-time state champion.
And here on mat number 1, Daryl Hunting still staying in control here. On top position, just the end of the first period's coming right up here. So we'll go into the second period with Daryl Hunting ahead 2-0 over Potter of Green River.
Caleb does a good job turning and facing his opponent, going to get a 1-point escape out of this, and he does. Score 4-7 as Caleb picks up the last points and does a great job to get that point. A lot of work, but it worked. Now wait, I don't think we moved matches here. They're still showing third round and the same previous score. Did I jump a match here?
I don't think so.
It's different wrestlers, I guarantee you that. Montoya does a great scramble there and able to turn and kind of almost a lateral drop and has Star Valley in a predicament. Folks, I don't know if we can believe that score or the time, but you can believe what you're seeing in live action. And that is a great job as Montoya takes advantage of a scramble and turns that situation into a fall in his favor quick.
And over here on mat number 1, we're in the second period now, 30 seconds in. Green River started off on bottom, and Hunting able to get him over and looking for the fall, and there it is. So Daryl Hunting, 138 pounds, picking up the fall over
Nice.
Nathaniel Potter of Green River.
Very nice. Now, are we at mat 20?
We are on 20. 20 and 21. That should be the last 2 to 3 matches here.
Yeah, I see a 22 on here.
22 matches, so we're getting close to the end of this JV.
I believe they want to start the senior night a little, well, I think they just said it won't be until after 5:45. Is that what I recall
Yeah.
seeing? So we're there. We're at 6 o'clock, just after 6 o'clock, folks. And once again, it will be senior night, and that's coming up quick. Now, which mat went where? Did you notice? Let's say the heavier over here. Let's see.
I think that
All right, folks, sorry about the delay there. We had some communication we need to do, but
I think that was this one right here.
Kaysen?
Because it was, that looks about a 32 pounder, doesn't it?
It does. And it was out of Montoya, so we might have
got out of order there a little
yeah,
bit.
We apologize, folks, but Green River did indeed pick up that fall.
We did.
We picked up the last one on mat 2. Good. We had some of our audience come up and ask us what the score is on the JV side, and I think we've agreed it's pretty balanced. But
It's pretty
I don't have an
balanced, but
exact score.
we don't have, and they haven't kept team scores, so.
Oh!
And I believe that was Alvarez over Rivas of Star Valley, 175 pounds. That's Beck and Stewart. Beck.
All right, on mat 2, we've got Beck, Star Valley, and I believe, was it Skinner of Green River?
Stewart.
Stewart of Green River. Beck does give up the first 2, as Green River does a good job getting the first takedown to lead this one 2-0, mat 2.
And we've got another match going on down here on mat number 1, and it looks like Kaysen Mizrani and Nathaniel Sorrells. I'm guessing that's who they have at match number 22, so I'm guessing that's who this is. So 132 pounds, Kaysen Mizrani and Nathaniel Sorrells.
Back on mat 2, once again, folks, this is 190 pounds. Thomas Beck finds himself a little bit of a predicament as Green River does a good job, figure 4 in the body and cross facing to get at least a 3-point predicament. And there's the award. So score should be 5-0 in favor of Green River, Jace Stewart. Jace now trying to do a setup. If you notice, he's cranking on that wrist in hopes that Thomas will reach back to fight hands. When he does that, he gets in what we call the delta or a fish hook. And fortunately, Thomas didn't fall for it. Thomas Beck says, I know that one, and I don't think I'll reach back quite yet.
And over here on Kaysen's match, 132 pounds, he picked up a takedown, and I thought he had back points. It doesn't look like they awarded any. I thought they should have, but then he does a full Nelson and awards Green River's Sorrells a point. So scores 2-1 on the clock. I thought he had some back points there, but evidently he didn't. So Kaysen up 2-1 over Sorrells of Green River. Thank you. Nice crossface there by Kaysen. Looking for the cradle. He's got it locked up. If he can just pull him over here and get some back points. There he goes. Got him over in the cradle.
Back on mat number 2, score 5-0 as the end of the second round. Green River takes down position. I think this will be good for Star Valley. Have a little bit of opportunity to take some top control, work and grind some moves here. They're going to call caution on that.
Kaysen picks up 3 points here on the back point, so he's up 5-1 on mat number 1. up 5-2 as Green River Sorrels picks up the escape.
Boy, that was we've had a lot of points right on the buzzer. Have you noticed that? Seems like
That's a testimony to make sure you wrestle till the whistle blows, right?
Go till the ref stops you. Go till the ref stops you. All right, we're at a little bit of a downtime on mat 2. I believe they're still trying to work the position. All right, we're going to go to live wrestling now. Star Valley top position, 5 to score, favorite Green River. We just, now, after that little instruction, Thomas Beck did something the ref didn't like. I believe it was just not a false start, but a starting penalty. And so, the folks, that costs a point if you have 2 of those in a row. Green River does a good job. Boy, kind of a power sit out, came right back to it, and he maintains a control over Thomas Beck, Star Valley.
And on mat number 1, Sorrels was on bottom for start the second period, and he's almost in scoring position here, not quite. Kaysen able to hang on that leg good enough to where no points have been rewarded yet, but Green River's kind of in a little bit of a better position here with Kaysen just hanging on, trying to keep him from scoring. Now if he can pop up here, and I don't know if he can quite do it. Boy, what a scramble kind of thing here. And Green River ends up on top. So Sorrels will pick up the 2, which will bring it to 5-4 in favor of Mizrahi from Star Valley.
Back on mat 2, we gained an escape there. Momentarily had some points on the board as Green River does a smooth job of getting the next takedown. But great job, Thomas Beck, able to fight off his back and actually come to his feet to gain that escape point.
And on mat number 1, Sorrels really close to getting some back points here, but hasn't quite gotten them yet. And Kaysen trying to fight it off. Oh, now he gets rolled over in the half. Sorrels has got him kind of nice and tight now. If he can fight his short time here, about 10 seconds, and picks up the fall. So Nathaniel Sorrels will pick up the fall over Kaysen Mizrahi from Star Valley, and he'll pick, so Sorrels will pick up the fall.
Back on mat 2. Thomas doing a great job fighting. That's a tough position to be getting out of. He's close to running out of real estate. I think both wrestlers know that, and Green River sucked it up fairly tight. He's going to readjust, not without getting a 3-point predicament point position, and I believe that's going to be a beyond a major decision tech fall, so they're going to stop that one. Well, no, I think, did they flag out?
No, they're just going neutral.
Okay, we're going neutral, folks. We're still into this wrestling match. Thomas Beck, neutral position, Star Valley, 190 pounds, mat 2. Final round with Thomas Beck and Jay Stewart.
Ooh.
Nice arm spin. I looked down for a moment, but I believe that was an arm spin.
Was an arm spin, yes, it was.
And he is going to take this match if we come back to our base, if not fall. So good job, Jay Stewart of Green River. As Thomas Beck from Star Valley drops that one. Had some great fights, good moments of fighting off his back, and was able to come to his feet at one point. Green River does come out on top.
And that'll put an end to the JV duels. We don't have a team score for you, but from what Blake and I could tell here, it looked pretty much even.
Very much so.
Kind of started off Green River, and then we started picking up some wins, and then kind of ended up Green River at the end. So
it did. I think it comes down to, points. Of course, for a pin, you get 6 points, and even if it looks like we won equal amounts, it really boils down to which team secured more pins, because the regular decision is only a 3-point advantage, whereas a pin would be a 6-point, and then we saw a few tech falls, and that's 5 points. So, yeah, if we have that information, we'll certainly pass it on, but I'd say great wrestling, both teams, and pretty equal by way of win-loss.
Yeah, and good efforts by both teams. I didn't really see anybody quitting out there. Everybody was doing a good job. So as we come to the close of this JV.
Now, is that 50-57 indicative of the score? They just barely took it off. That would be a little high.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't. They normally don't even keep the team score on the JV.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we could pretend.
Yeah. We could.
That's looking like basketball scores, isn't it? Over 107 points.
I remember one time over at Mountain View, they kept the score on the JV clock, and it was back when Coach Banta was coaching, and we kept looking at each other like, what are they doing? Because before they shut it off, we were up 107-6. And we kept thinking, why would you put that on your score? But
now that mathematically couldn't be possible unless we counted 2 duels, right? I mean,
yeah. Well, this was just the JV, so they were scoring every match.
Right. I guess
it wasn't necessarily just a duel. It was they were just they were just scoring every match.
Wow.
So anyway, we kind of were just commenting on how I think if we were at home, we would stop putting that on the scoreboard. But at any rate, this was a really good duel for these JV kids. They've only got one more opportunity to wrestle. Some of these kids have one more opportunity. That'll be next week. That duel will be down at Evanston, and that'll be some of these guys' last time for this year. And then after that, we're into regionals and state weeks. So
time is ticking. That'll be a good one. Evanston's got some real studs this year again. They always do.
They always do. It's always a good duel. And so I think right here, folks, we're going to probably take a quick little break here right before the varsity matches get started. Quick shout out to SVI Media again, and then the sponsor for the boys wrestling team this year is Northern Title, so a big shout out to them for sponsoring them. We'll take a quick break, and then we will be right back in action with the varsity.
Plan your next vacation to scenic Star Valley, Wyoming with a luxurious day at Kodiak Mountain Resort. Enjoy your own comfortable cabin with a soaking tub and top amenities. A hot complimentary breakfast is always included. Book your stay at KodiakMountainResort.com.
I think being in a small town, you just really care and you take more pride in the work that you do because you're working with your neighbors. These are people that you see out in the community. You see them at kids sporting events and parent-teacher conferences and the grocery store. These are our neighbors.
One of the reasons that people also come back to us is they trust us because we are friends, we are family. And so I think there's a lot of trust in the community.
It is with great pleasure that we bring to you our senior night program to honor these wrestlers and their parents. Presenting our senior boys wrestling team who are coached by Eddie Clark, Winston Patterson, Adam Baker, and Casey Perry.
Oh well.
First up, we have Cal Berg. Escorted in his long step OP through. Next, we have Caleb Berger. Caleb is escorted by his mom, his dad, and Levi. Tristan Jensen. Tristan is escorted by his mom, his dad, and 2 nieces, Charlie and Wesley.
What?
Porter Merritt. Porter is escorted by his mom, dad, brothers, and sister. We also want to congratulate Porter on entering the elite club of 100 wins. Caleb Morrison. Caleb is escorted by his mom, dad, Hubbard, and Jody Morrison. Malachi Patterson. He is escorted by his
I'm Sarah Malik. I've been a phlebotomist at Star Valley Health for 6 years. The lab serves the Alpine Clinic down to Bridger Valley, including the Thane and Cokeville clinics. As a small town community hospital, it really is your friends and neighbors who will be there to take care of you. That's my favorite part about working at the hospital and being a patient there myself, is the professional but community feel. To learn more about the services that we provide, you can visit starvalleyhealth.org.
She is fierce. She is the match that ignites the flame, blazing through the world and transforming ashes into fire. She is a brightness that rivals lightning. She faces every storm head on, a fearless force, a maker of magic. Her journey is one of movement and strength. Down at the creek, Smith Creek Trading that is, we are proud to support the Lincoln County Fair and rodeo royalty and the Western values they represent.
Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine is committed to building safety at the mine and in the community. Recently, Simplot was awarded the Sentinels of Safety Award from the National Mining Association, while Safety Manager Wampa Roberts was named the Distinguished Safety Professional of the Year. Smoky Canyon Mine's rescue team consistently wins the Simplot Rescue Team competition. Simplot also dedicates resources for their annual Safety Day with area 5th grades. Simplot, bringing safety home.
At the University of Wyoming, ideas come to life. It's where the spirit of innovation and boundless curiosity fuel our hunger for knowledge. It's where the past meets the present and our students shape a brighter future.
I'm a student athlete.
I'm a musician. I'm a mentor.
And I'm a cowboy.
The world needs more cowboys.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe that we.
I believe that we.
I believe that we will win. 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 I believe that we.
Whether it's staying in touch with family, entertaining the kids, or connecting with your favorite sports team, Silver Star helps unlock the moments you live for. Connect to what matters most without lag, buffering, or dropped connections. Visit silverstar.com and discover frustration-free Wi-Fi from Silver Star today.
Live coverage of Star Valley High School sports is provided by The Right Company. HTC Siding and Gutters, no job too big or too small. Red Tail Therapy, strength for everyone. Call Ready Mix, located north of Afton. Miles Beverage, proud to sponsor Star Valley sports. Quality Quick Lube, where quality comes quick. And by Star Valley Glass and Lock, automotive, residential, and commercial glass.
Treat yourself to a luxurious staycation with a cozy cabin getaway at Kodiak Mountain Resort in Afton. Get the locals discount by using promo code SVILOCAL. Every cabin has its own oversized soaking tub, big screen TV, fireplace, and includes free breakfast. Or upgrade to the cozy couples cabin with your own jetted jacuzzi tub. Find luxury right here with a staycation at Kodiak Mountain Resort. Use promo code SVILOCAL for the locals only discount.
My best friend just had a birthday party at the Fun Zone in Afton. It was so cool. We got to play basketball, ping pong, and foosball. We were able to bring our own Nerf guns and even watched a movie on a giant projector screen. For my next birthday, I want to have my party at the Fun Zone too. Mom said the Fun Zone will also work great for my sister's wedding reception in a few months and next summer's family reunion. For reservations, visit svfunzone.com.
B&H Auto in Afton has been serving the Star Valley community for over 10 years. With a qualified and trained staff, you can trust B&H Auto for brakes, maintenance, repairs, tires, and more. That's B&H Auto on the north end of Afton. Service you can ride on. It's sale time at Battleson Brothers Carpet One Floor and Home in Afton. Stop by the showroom located half a block south of the Elkhorn Arch and take advantage of carpet, pad, and labor for only $2.99 per square foot. LVP is also on sale with the product available for $2.99 per square foot. Battleson Brothers also has carpet remnants available. That's Battleson Brothers Carpet One Floor and Home, open in Afton, just south of the Arch.
Price, quality, service, Battleson Brothers Flooring.
Okay, folks, welcome back to Star Valley High School again. Tonight's duel against the visiting Green River Wolves. This is Coach Adam Gerald here with Blake Angel, and we are proud to bring you tonight's duel. We're gonna go ahead and roll through this face-off because it's kind of cool. They had the smoke going tonight, Blake, and the lights.
Absolutely, they're going to make this what it always is and always should be, and that is, as we talked about earlier, one of the most competitive duels in the entire state of Wyoming.
It really is, and you can kind of tell that the crowd has filled up the gym and should get loud tonight. Introducing the Green River Wolves right now and their coaches, and we're going to take a quick break while we do the national anthem. There we go, the national anthem. We're ready to get ready with the face-off. It looks like we're going to start tonight's duel at 144 pounds. Nick Weipert from the Green River and Ty Thompson from the Star Valley will face off at 144 pounds. Porter Merritt versus Maddox Hintz from Green River at 150 pounds. Cooper Burke, Star Valley, and Zachary Dalton from Green River. 165 pounds, Tristan Jensen from Star Valley. James Herwald from Green River. 175 pounds, Cal Burke from Star Valley and Declan Henderson from Green River. From 190 pounds, Grant Thompson from Star Valley, Christian Balzi from Green River. 215 pound, Ryan Talbot, Star Valley versus Jacob Lloyd from Green River. Heavyweight, Easton Smith from Star Valley, Antonio Saavedra from Green River. 106 pounds, Bentley Johnson from Green River and Kimball Perry from Star Valley. 113, Lucas Todd, Green River, and Caden Crookston from Star Valley. 120, Winston Green from Green River and Maxwell Girac from Star Valley. 126, Spencer Wright from Green River, Peyton McMurdo from Star Valley. 132 pounds, Alex McKinnon from Green River, Tel Perry from Star Valley. And 138 pounds, looks like Green River's open, and Caleb Bird from Star Valley. So it looked like a few changes there in the lineup, didn't it?
Yep.
It's senior night here. That Coach Clark's probably trying to get some seniors in that haven't had a lot of action through the season.
And good for him.
So,
folks, if you're looking at the lineup, seeing it might be a little bit of what maybe last week was or at the Ron-Thon. Not necessarily because of injury, but because this is senior night. Coach Clark is very good to be able to let some of these seniors compete in front of the home crowd, where some of them might have the last opportunity to do so this week.
We also want to thank Sparking Health Therapy Services.
Just want to take a second while these guys are doing their face-off to talk about both these teams last weekend had a really great showing over at the Ron-Thon. Blake at Star Valley finished in second, Green River finishing right behind them in third. And so it should be a very good, competitive, and fun duel tonight.
It should be tight. There's a lot of folks from every part of the country of Wyoming watching this one. It's to be expected. You know, there's a lot of interest in the top team in 3A, and when you have the top team in 4A, they go at it. There's a long history, a long tradition of this being a real barn burner. So we're going to have a lot of folks with us today, both physically and online. We sure appreciate SVI Media making it possible.
And want to shout out to Northern Title, the sponsor for Braves Wrestling this year. Northern Title has offices in Afton and Thane. All right, getting set to start off. I told you those Weipert kids are tall and lanky buggers.
You're right. We have another one.
Every single one of those kids that I've coached against in the past has looked just like this kid.
And they're all tough.
144 pounds, Ty Thompson from Star Valley, Nick Weipert from Green River. Nice little low single there by Weipert.
I think he's done that one 500,000 times. It was pretty slick.
It was. Ty's doing a good job scrambling here. Weipert able to turn back into him and get the takedown. Looks like he's throwing in a leg or two there too.
Always from an observatory position, it's tough to see. You almost want to say, well, the bottom wrestler's not doing anything. When that top wrestler gets that leg in and his hips on top of you, if you look, you become shaped like a U, and it is hard. Your back is bent. Thompson done a great job though of getting off his base back off his belly back to base position. But it's a tough position to fight out of. And there you see it again, that U shape where your back and spine's a little bent, and your legs are in the air.
It really is, and I'm looking here at some of my notes that I took this week, and it looks like this Weipert kid took third out there at the Ron-Thon, and is currently ranked #1 in Class 3A. So pretty sharp wrestler here. Absolutely. Thompson's doing a good job battling with those legs though right now.
Yep, folks, you can be assured that this wrestler from Green River's had many pins that have ended before now. And Thompson not only nearly fought off that takedown, but is doing a great job not giving up any back points or predicament points to a #1 ranked wrestler who just placed third in an all-classification tournament. So, good job.
Thompson did a good job right there sliding. You see how he slid his arm underneath that leg. That allows him to be able to pull it up, and it gets Weipert out of position just a little bit now. Weipert scooted back down and in a little bit better position.
Almost got a hip over.
And Ty was able to.
Time, boy.
No back points and no escape
reversal
there.
We dang near got that reversal. He hipped into him pretty hard and almost caught it in a scramble position.
That was a good effort by Thompson right there, not giving up back points and almost coming away with an escape.
Smart wrestling.
Starting neutral in the second period, folks.
Catches that leg as Green River does a great reshot, does get the takedown. Second period, score 4-0. Green River, 144-pound weight class.
Thompson trying to get hand control right now. Weipert's doing a great job keeping Thompson's hips glued right to the mat. It's tough to score when your hips are there. Now he's sliding that leg back in.
That's an experienced leg rider when you can take a scoop from the belly position like that and get a leg in. But Ty's wrestling smart. Again, one of those positions you don't see a lot of that hand fighting, but Ty has been trying to gain that hand control and finger control so that when he does come to his feet, he doesn't just get slammed back down to the mat.
One of the things here that I know he's trying to do, he's kind of let him now, but he's trying to keep those elbows by his side to keep him from getting under that arm like he did just now.
Oh, yep, and he's been doing a fantastic job avoiding that. There was a couple swipes there. I don't know if there's enough for a 3-point, but I believe the predicament points will be awarded. Oh, he got his leg out. If he can keep, now that's a time to keep coming up. He does have a handle hanging over the front. He's getting him a little high. He's bucking. And boy, Weipert does a good job of throwing the hook back in to save his life, but Thompson had him in a very, very good vulnerable position to nearly get a reversal there, didn't he?
Really good job there by Ty. He got him out of position and then almost got him out. Now that right there is a testament to that length that Weipert has.
Yes,
He's got those long legs and he was able to slide that boot right back on.
He's trained and disciplined to take advantage of his genetic makeup. I mean, he's a leg rider, and well, you can see how he threw that in even from a high position. And you're right, that length gives you that opportunity to do that.
Score 6-0 going into third period, and Weipert chooses neutral position.
That's interesting. Every round's began in neutral position.
Yeah, it has. And Weipert with that length again is able to reach in there and get on that leg and get the takedown once again.
He's pretty deadly on that shot, isn't he?
He is. That beating the score to 8-0. For those of us that don't have that height, that would have been too far away to shoot from.
From space,
but
what we call it. Yep.
But he's able to reach in there and get that leg.
Yeah, you and I would need 2 steps to do that and give the opponent opportunity to get a good sprawl, but he was able to be kind of out there, as we call it, in space, but one big lunge, and it got him in there fairly deep. But another great, I mean, Ty's just doing a good job of keeping not only off his back, but like you said, fighting the elbows, looking for hands, keeping his hips kind of down. Oh, Weipert's got him.
Got a cradle
going
locked
all
up
the way
now.
around.
Ty was looking so hard and expecting those legs so much that Weipert snuck that cradle on him.
And that's good wrestling. That's really slick. He spent the first couple of rounds more or less doing leg rides, and he's able to change that off real quick. And that, again, another length move, cradle like that from the position he hit. Long arms and a lot of skill. He was able to tie that up.
And Ty is showing a lot of character, fighting off his back out there.
You bet.
Not giving up.
I wonder if he knows where he's at there. He surely does with the coach there close. Giving him a little hip, spinning into him, and there you go, out of bounds.
And we're coming to the end of this match here in the third period. About 13 seconds left to go. Thompson from Star Valley is down 11-0 to Weipert of Green River.
Ooh, great effort there. Nearly gains that switch. And he wrestled off the whistle. You know, in fact, look at that. He's got a far leg. Oh,
yeah.
A good effort from Mr. Thompson.
So Green River will pick up the first win of the night with Weipert with a major decision over Ty Thompson's Star Valley. That'll bring us up next to 150 pounds. Porter Merritt from Star Valley and Maddox Hintz from Green River. And just a little from last weekend, Merritt finished third over there at the Ron-Thon, and Merritt is currently ranked number 2 in the Class 4A. And Hintz is actually ranked number 1 in Class 3A.
Oh, is he?
So this should be a good match.
Now, did they meet at the Ron-Thon? Do we know?
You know what? I don't know.
I mean,
if
only
they met
one
or not.
person would have
beat
right.
Merritt.
And maybe this very well.
I didn't have Hintz score or placing over there, so I doubt that they met.
Okay.
Well, I guess they could have in the back door.
Nice high C.
Nice.
Turns it into a double.
Beautiful double leg takedown. Right there by Merritt picking up the takedown.
And they award it 2-0. Merritt.
Once again, that one looked like it came right out of the booklet. That was beautiful.
Very good. Very awesome change off. You know, he was on that high C. Could have tried to finish there or turned it into something else. He shifted right to 2 legs rather than taking one, and actually got some elevation on it too.
Ooh, and Weipert with a nice hips up and go reversal there.
Back points.
Man.
Porter had to scramble hard there. Almost gave up some predicament points, but he did indeed get it done. We're wrapped up in knots at 2-2. First period, 50 seconds left.
Now Merritt looking for the escape and gets it. Nice job.
Perfect.
So Merritt goes back up by 1 point.
And again, you can see there was a lot of wrestling there. He was able to get those hands. So when he came up, he had a safe chance of spinning and getting out. And you saw that explosiveness on Porter's part. Just got a hand, we're out. And great job, good wrestling.
20 seconds left here in this first round. Good match so far right here as we come to the close of this first round.
Another 1-pointer.
Looks like Star Valley's choice will defer over to Green River, and Hintz is choosing bottom position. Nice job stopping his first move
Good
there.
Cover. You can tell Hintz spent a little bit of time in the weight room.
Yep.
From our angle, you know, a little bit of bulging muscles there, so he's tough. Porter did a great job of stopping that first movement and covering him well.
Porter's doing a good job keeping his hips in there tight, keeping that weight on him. There comes the crossface. Hintz doing a good job battling out of that, up to his feet.
Is.
Porter's trying to get him returned here, and potentially dangerous. Good call there by the ref. We had the arm trapped.
Yep.
As soon as you're on your feet now with the new rules, if you have that arm trap, they're supposed to call that, and that was a good job by the ref catching that so nobody gets hurt, especially this close to regionals and state.
I bet these refs they have that on their mind too. Their primary concern is the safety of these athletes, and that was a good call. Ooh,
another little hips up and go there by Hintz, and he gets the escape. It tied it back up.
This may boil down to some gas in the tank, and let's hope that everyone has that gas, but they're wrestling hard, and we're only in the second round, so if we keep this pace up, this is a well-matched group of young men.
Ooh, Hintz in on the shot. Porter able to counter it. Hintz tried another shot. Porter counted that one as well. Now he's in the front headlock position.
That was a great move.
Now looking for the high crotch off
Nice.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Perfect
Switches
reset.
off to the double and able to get the takedown.
Nice.
Oh, that was pretty
Very
chain
good.
wrestling right
Very
there.
good. Porter's just been so technically sound this year. It's a little wonder, take third at that Ron Thon once again. What an accomplishment. And he's proven why he can do that. What a great high-level, classy wrestler he's shown out to be this year. As he's getting back points, also just chain wrestle one after another. We're going to move that needle quite a ways in favor of Porter. As you see, the ref is holding at least 2 points predicament. He'll wait till the move is broke or he transitions to a new. Porter looks up and says, hey, boss, this is a new move. And he indeed does award it for a 7-3 lead in favor of Porter Merritt.
And that was just an outstanding job of chain wrestling right there from Porter, going from one thing to another to another to another. And boy, did it pay off in some
Incredible.
points. So we were tied up, and all of a sudden the Porters picked up a 4-point lead.
Yeah. Star Valley choice, Porter takes down position, entering the third. Caution goes to Porter. Is that right?
Yep.
That caution, folks, will be for what's called a false start. The wrestler starts too early. The ref will caution that wrestler that he believe initiated the first movement.
Porter came to his feet there, but Hintz able to lift and return him. Now looking for the legs to throw in. Porter's doing a good job blocking those. Looking for the cradle. Porter's doing a good job hanging on that hand control. It's hard to get the cradle when bottom wrestlers got that hand control like that.
Now, Adam, what do you do if you're the bottom wrestler? You have a 4-point lead. You got an opponent that's ranked #1 in the state.
You want to stay off your back like you almost got right there, but you just want to wrestle solid. You don't want to get any stalling. You don't want to do anything crazy, but you want to keep wrestling. Where we make mistakes sometimes is when you stop wrestling. You can't do that. You got to keep going. It doesn't mean you have to, take risks, but just keep wrestling.
They're going to ding a stall there.
For Green River, they said he was shoving Porter off the mat.
Pushing
him off. So got a caution on Star Valley and a stalling against Green River. Minute 10 left in the match. Hintz looking for the long arm cradle, not able to get it. Porter's ready for it. Now right here, Porter, if he can pull that arm up over top of his head there. Yeah. Hintz drops down to the single leg as Porter comes to his feet.
Almost got a whizzer in there, got a front court. Perfect. And that's what you're saying about continuing the action. Keep wrestling.
And there's the escape.
Yes. Of course, coming to our feet can be a little bit of a risk because now what's Green River going to try to do? You're down by 5.
They've got to try a throw, right?
They've
got to try something.
Yep.
Something big.
Feet to back almost, as we call it in USA Wrestling.
And this is, as a coach, this is one of the scariest times because especially with a school like Green River that's good at throwing.
Trained at it well.
But Porter's got enough experience. I think he'll be all right here.
He's been here before, and he's proven that he's confident. Boy, tries a chin whip or a head whip. Boy, if we throw the half in right there, that'd be the best.
Very good job. Whew, that's a little dangerous right there, but Porter did an excellent job staying low.
Boy, I'd say so. That was.
I thought he was going to step over there for a second, but he didn't. He stayed in good position. He was able to win.
Very smart wrestling.
So 10-3, Porter picks up the win over Hintz from Green River. What a match.
Excellent win. And again, folks, that was over a #1 ranked opponent. Is that right?
Yeah, Porter's ranked #2 in the 4A. Hintz is ranked #1 in the 3A classification.
Great match.
So 165 pounds. Tristan Jensen from Star Valley, James Herwald from Green River.
Now are we, I think is this Cooper Burke? We might have jumped one there.
This is Cooper Burke. My bad. Yeah, I did. We're on, 157 pounds. Cooper Burke from Star Valley, Zachary Dalton.
And Dalton's another
I'm glad
wrestling
you caught
name.
that. It is. Boy, it is.
Yeah.
Connor, yeah.
Great job as Cooper takes the lead on this one. 2-0, first round. 157 pounds, Cooper Burke. Now, I don't believe Cooper was at the Ron Thon, or am I mistaken? At least I tried to find him at one point.
I couldn't find him anywhere either.
Okay, he might have been out for injury or sickness. We're not sure. Don't quote us on that, but I tell you, he's here tonight, and he's wrestling hard. Got a leg in there, doing some elevating. And at Cooper, I did see at the Tiger Grizz, phenomenal job there.
Yeah,
So,
he did. He did an outstanding job. He is probably one of the strongest kids on the team. Just naturally, those
Yes.
Burke kids are super strong, work hard.
We can just keep injury out of the mix. You know,
Yeah.
they work so hard and they take some good big moves, and sometimes that twist knees and elbows and things. But he seems to be the one that stayed the healthiest at least.
He's had a pretty decent season. I have him ranked number 3 right now in the 4As.
Okay.
And so he's doing a good job. Coach Clark has high hopes for him at state this year.
Yes. We just about got some predictable points. He was kind of Supermaning him across with a cross body, and Green River did a good job. Stayed on their belly and didn't give up any points. So Burke aborted the cross body, is now grinding on top. We go back to center, score 2-0 in favor of Cooper. Burke.
You're going to have to wrestle hard. We know these Dalton kids from Green River have been around the block a time or two, so
They have.
it's going to be a good match.
You never want to take for granted that just because you're ahead in the first round, you can sleep in the second. And I don't think Cooper's one to do that.
Oop.
Oh!
Possibly get some back points there, but we ran out of time.
Yep, we did.
So first period comes to an end with Burke ahead 2-0 of Dalton from Green River. Star Valley will start the second period on bottom position. Dalton on top. Dalton does a good job with covering his first move on that. Oh, Burke out with the
nice.
Almost with the escape, not quite. Doesn't quite have the points yet. He does have a cradle locked up. He should.
Well, they might just turn this right into a full-fledged reversal instead of
there we go.
They are.
There's
yes.
the reversal. Yep.
And folks, if there's loss of contact and loss of control, they'll award a 1-point escape. And technically, that would have given Cooper an opportunity to score another 2 with what he did. But because he's so aggressive and maintained that contact, which is great, he's going to take the 2-point reversal with no escape awarded. He just turned into him so quick, didn't he, and was right back on him. Whereas if he turned into him and lost contact, they probably would have awarded an escape
Awarded
first.
escape and a takedown. But so that'll bring the score 4-0. I think we do have that up on the. Yeah, they got that up working now. So looking for the power half there. Got that leg in, man. He whips that over.
He does. He does a great job of switching those hips over, try to turn his opponent. If that was me, I would have went. But Green River's doing really good at kind of maintaining, not necessarily the base, but at least not going beyond the stomach to back. Flexibility. He must have stretched well before this match.
Yeah. Looks like he slid off into a wing. He's got a wing on one side, looking for that half on the far
Lost the
side.
power half.
And he's got it.
And folks, this move is one of those. It's oh wow!
And Dalton did an outstanding
Yeah.
job fighting that off. I thought he was in a bad place there, but Zachary Dalton did a great job fighting out of that.
I just about said that's one that's almost impossible. We've seen the impossible. Dalton got out of that. Half and an arm bar is a combination. It's just tough to get out of that one once you start going.
Well, and Burke's right back to that wing again, but
yeah, he didn't leave a second to catch a breath, did he?
Dalton does another good job battling out of that. So that brings us to the end of the second round. 4-0 lead for Burke, but could have been there more, but Dalton does an outstanding job fighting off a couple of really good offensive moves from Burke there. Burke just kind of beats on you on top, doesn't he?
He's a grinder. He's a goer. If he doesn't wear you down the first 2 periods, he kind of spends it out on that third, and we see him starting on top. I believe that was Green River's choice to go down, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah, he's got a leg in.
I don't know if I would have went underneath Burke on the third round, to be honest with you.
I don't know that I would have wanted to either. But, you know, you're down 4 and you haven't been able to score from anywhere else either, so.
Yeah. Although I don't think Green River, have they been on top?
They haven't.
He may not get the opportunity.
Oh, yeah, they did. They started second round, right? Because Burke got the reversal.
Oh, that's right.
So.
Correct. We chose down second round. You're right. So, yep. I think we just take the best of what we call the least likely to sacrifice more points. And Burke, a real hammer on top, though. ref's calling something. I'm not sure if that was to Burke or if that was to Green River. It's hard for that bottom wrestler to improve much there when you've got a leg stretched out in that figure 4 like that.
I've kind of wondered sometimes, a lot of times these leg riders will get that leg in there and they're just beating on the kid, and sometimes they'll, now Burke has him over, getting some back points, got at least
There's
2 there.
2 swipes for sure. There we go.
But they'll be beating on you on top like that, and then the ref will call stalling on the bottom guy, and you're like, he's just trying to survive.
I know. It's one of those things. Have you ever been in this position, ref? I'll tell you what, you wouldn't be calling me stalling.
So 6-0 lead there for Burke.
And if they were calling Burke, he did a fantastic job saying, I'll prove to you I'm not stalling. I'm working for a near fall, and he did indeed secure that as he continues this shutout score of 6-0.
And we're going to end this. That's what it's about 5 seconds left. And there it is. There's the stalling on Green River.
They did.
And you see, and from my standpoint, that's just, you're just getting the heck beat out of you.
You're trying to live and survive, and you're right. That when you're 6 points down, it's tough to get a stalling point against you.
So Burke with the nice win, 6-0 over Dalton of Green River. That'll bring us to
1 point difference in team score. Is that right, or 2? Was that last one a major? So it should be 5-3 on the team score.
Right. All right, this will bring us to 165-pound folks. Tristan Jensen of Star Valley and James Herwalt from Green River. This is a situation where Coach Clark, this is four-year senior that's been wrestling with us, but he has been varsity the whole time, and Coach Clark wanted him to have an opportunity to wrestle under the spotlight tonight,
awesome, which
I think is pretty dang cool. Give those kids an opportunity to battle that out and be in front of the fans.
Absolutely.
His opponent, Herwalt, finished 4th out at the Ronthon and is currently ranked number 1 actually in Class 3A. So Herwalt with the shot in there, and Tristan doing a really good job sprawling and battling that shot off.
Wow, phenomenal job.
Ooh, Tristan with a nice little drag attempt right there.
Absolutely. He looks solid. His base, his stance. You can tell that he's in there to battle. This home momentum and kind of that adrenaline's working in his favor. I think he's taking some great shots, good drags, as you said, keeping his stance wide, low. Green River hasn't been able to really initiate anything underneath him. 1 attempt. There's another attempt. We've got to watch the reshot.
Nice little fake and then go right there.
That was a good reshot. We kind of predicted, but when you're in the match, you have a half a second to really, predict that happening. And unfortunately, it went wrong for Star Valley, but definitely went right for Green River.
Well, and you can tell Herwald's used his legs a time or two right here, too. He comes in there, gets a 2 swipe real quick there, picking up the 2 back. So at the end of the first period, Herwald goes ahead 4-0 over Jensen from Star Valley. Green River will start the second period on bottom position here. Jensen getting on top. Right off the whistle, Herwald comes right to his feet, able to get the reversal and catch Jensen on his back. And looking for the fall, and that is tight.
From this angle, that's boy, he's doing a good job shifting hips, fighting like crazy. Boy, with a lot of real estate and a lot of time on the clock, though, that's tough. Great fight.
Green River picking up the fall there at 165 pounds. Herwald. Next up, 175 pounds, we got older brother Burke Cal against Henderson from Green River.
Declan Henderson, I believe. Cal Burke, Star Valley. Weight class, 175 pounds, neutral position, beginning of the first.
Cal Burke currently ranked number 3 in the state, Class 4A. It's really good to just see Cal back on the mat after all those he's had a lot of injuries over the last couple years, and it's just good to see him.
It is. I think he lost at least a year and a half due to injuries, so that takes a real toll on your experience and time on the mat. But he's another one of those Burks, has a lot of natural ability, a lot of good position. You can see he's sporting quite the knee brace there, so we just hope they stay healthy and he's able to wrestle through the past injuries he's had. And so far, he's looking pretty strong. So we go 0-0.
Ooh, nice little high crotch.
Yes, that was an excellent shot. He's trying to change that off the double to get some elevation.
Oh, he gets half.
Right into a half. It's exactly what you want to do.
If he can get that leg back over and get in a little bit better position. There he goes.
Oh, full count.
Oh, now he's got him in a good spot here.
He slid that in before they even hit, I believe, Adam.
That was nice, wasn't it?
He predicted that one well. If you were Green River, that would have been just a heck of a surprise to all of a sudden realize you're half Nelsoned after trying to fight off a high C and a double. That's 3 moves, folks, in a matter of about a second and a half that Mr. Burke initiated. There we go.
Cal Burke picking up the fall. Man, that was just beautiful. Lift him up in the air and on the way back looking for that half and catching him and finishing it off. Nice job by Cal right there.
Very smooth transitions and awesome wrestling. He wasn't content with just getting 2 points out of that, was he?
He was not. Okay, looks like 190 pounds, right?
Well, they said a different name on our paper. We have Grant Thompson versus Christian Baisley.
I think that the scoring table was wrong. This is Grant Thompson.
Okay.
And it would be against Christian Baisley, yes. So nice takedown early there by Grant. Grant looking for the 2-on-1 right here. Now switches off the crossface. He's got it on, looking for that cradle, running. Came back. Now he's looking, switch it off to that barbed wire, does the belly wrap. Ooh. Gets him flat. That's where he can get it over if he can.
He knows where he's at.
Trying to scoot him back. Oh, and
got to be careful taking advantage of the out-of-bounds line to his favor, at least trying to avoid it. He almost got out of position, but he did a good job coming back into the game. So he has a front headlock going for the near side cradle. I think that was wise. Let's just get back in position, get behind.
Green River dang near picked up a escape there, but Thompson able to held on.
I think Thompson was just trying to change direction of the move just enough to keep him in bounds, which is smart. But it loosened up that distance a little bit, kind of freed up Green River just about to get the point. Oh, excellent
nice belly wrap right there. Now if he can circle back this other direction.
Wow.
He needs to circle back the other way.
Oh,
and
we're still going to get some points out of that. Great move.
Picked up 2 back points there. But on that barbed wire, you stay on that, and then you can circle both directions.
Yes.
And he kind of just stayed going that one way, but he was able to pick up 2 out of it. So good job by Grant.
And that may have been his intention, just get the 2 transists. But you're right, if he could switch directions, get his chin up on the belly, sometimes that wraps it even tighter.
Good job. Good first period for Grant. He goes up 4-0.
He's a pretty aware wrestler. I mean, he knew when the time was up. You know, you usually don't see that until you hit the college level where a wrestler, you know, he's not looking at the scoreboard, but he just kind of knows and feels out of the corner of his eye, hey, time's up. I'm going to stop. And you can tell there he knew the time was up. We're going in the second round.
Green River chooses bottom to start this second round. Ooh, almost a locked hands there, but Grant able to get him back down.
Did a good job keeping
Green
that
River
leg.
Almost scored, but Grant was able to get him back down and stay in control.
Yeah, good wrestling on part of off the whistle of Green River.
Yeah, that was about as close to locked hands without calling it as I've seen.
I think the ref even had the motion almost ready to go. And, you know, folks, the locked hands thing, you know, we know not to do it, but when an opponent does that good of a job of shifting his hips and turning into you, it leaves the top wrestler totally vulnerable to grab something. And oftentimes it's just inadvertently you hit your hands on the way. You don't have to actually lock the hands. If you even touch them together, right?
Yep.
You know, finger to wrist, anything, you get dinged. But Thompson was just stayed enough inches away that kept the ref off his back. So
Grant able to stop his first move this time better, and
Now, is this the Baltzy? Do we say that right, or is it Belzy from Green River?
I'm not sure.
Well, we'll
go with Christian.
Christian, I think we can pronounce that one pretty good. We're okay. Even the art teacher knows that name. A lot of artists named Christian, right?
Looking for that 2-on-1 again. He's got it. Now you can see he's looking for that crossface. There it is. Now he get it.
Yes, he does. And loses the leg to go into
There's
that
barbed wire again. He's got him back over. See, there he's got his head up on top this time.
He shifted it up good. We got 30 seconds.
He's looking for that reverse half. He does get it. And
now that, to me, should be a 3-point because we're in a different move. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. Shouldn't we be awarding that, or we got to lose that arm
we'll see.
Completely?
As soon as he loses that arm, then he'll award it.
Okay, there it is.
So there's 3. So that 7-0 there, and then Grant's going right back. It's like, if it's working, I'm going to it. So Christian does a good job fighting it off that time. Just short time here left in the second period. And that'll bring an end to the second period. Nice match, 7-0. If you can get one more point here, that'd give us a major.
Major, you bet. Looks like we have the choice. Star Valley chooses down. Mr. Thompson on the down position. Green River on top. I don't think we've had this position too much, a little bit, but Grant's been so good at moving out.
Grant tripods.
Oh, and we're hitting on the way down, gets into nearly a cradle locked up. I think he actually did lock it momentarily, but Grant was able to split the lock.
Green River does pick up 2 back points off of that. Christian was able to hold him down long enough to get a 2 count. So,
yeah, that was a good return on Christian's part. He said, I don't want to just get in return. I'm going to go ahead and try.
Grant's got to be careful of that cradle again here. He wants to step up with that outside leg.
Boy, there's a cradle on one side
He said
and a leg
he's
on the
getting,
other.
he almost has that. Maybe he's got hand control.
Boy, both.
Dang it. And Christian gets
there
that
we go.
locked
Come
up.
on. There we go.
Almost gets,
Good.
does he get another 2? He did get another 2.
I think he did. So we're
So
narrowing
he's
that
up 4. Coach Clark's yelling at him, get his hands. So he doesn't get that cradle.
Yep, boy, you just never know what
He's
position
looking,
in the third round.
looking for it again. Oh!
Oh, no, and it's going to go straight back.
And he's got him locked up again.
Oh, folks, this would be a heartbreaker, but we're going to see if we can kick out
And
of this.
they get the fall.
Yeah, Green River, good sport. Tapping him and says, yeah, you had me for 2 rounds by almost a major, but I caught you. Good job, both wrestlers. A lot of points. Now, is that the team score, 12-16?
Yeah. So Green River picking up the fall there at 190 pounds. We'll move on up to 215. Ryan Talbot, Star Valley against Jacob Lloyd from Green River. Nice little shot attempt there by Ryan.
Kind of knee sliding in there, get a little close. I was expecting a reshot there, and maybe he was thinking about it too.
Green River looking for a little slide by. Ryan fought that off. Little snap
nice.
down there to the front head.
Perfect.
Nice job, Ryan, to pick up the first points of the match.
You bet, great move. Right to a crossface. The ref wasn't in the front. That looked like a good hard Star Valley one. The ones that Idaho refs get a little excited about, don't they?
Yeah, we might have got dinged if we were in Idaho. But
yeah, the whole Green River team kind of groaned on that crossface. I think it was good the ref was on the rear position if you're from Star Valley anyway. Apologize, Green River, but
and they caught him that time.
They did. I think that was probably wise too. Not just the peer pressure of the crowd, but that was pretty hard crossface.
Yeah, you can't wind up on that crossface. If you have your arm forward, and you can pop them, but you can't wind up, and it kind of looks like a punch. And so they're going to ding Ryan for that, and that'll bring the score to 2-1.
Yeah, that certainly narrows up the gap there as we're a 1-point match now with 30 seconds left in the first round. Ryan Talbot still in lead against Jacob Lloyd of Green River. Now I can't tell from here. It looks like he had a cross wrist. He's going to let that go and go right into the barbed wire.
Now if
Green River based up pretty
he could hit
good.
that. You want to circle back around, hit that belly wrap if you can on that, and get him back down. But as soon as they come up to that base, it's hard to do that.
Back. And now he's got him broke down his belly again. Let's see if he tries the same chain. Looks like out of time.
Green River's choice, they defer over to Star Valley. Star Valley's going bottom position, start the second round. Nice little tripod there. Lloyd able to get him back down. Back up to his feet goes Talbot, and able to get the turn and face and get the points.
Explosive stand-up, immediately turned into him, cut those hands free, and leads by one more point to take the score to 3-1 in favor of Talbot.
Green River with the underhook there.
That can be a little scary if we don't keep our elbows down, and looks like he aborted that. Going for a 2-on-1 or a Russian tie, as we used to call it. I think these wrestlers like to shoot, off of the tie, try to hit something on contact. As we get up in the upper weights, that's kind of typical. But I did see Ryan Talbot take an open shot, which is not as typical as we get the upper weights, but it was smooth. I think he has the capacity to shoot right there. And
it is.
As we're speaking, nice double leg. Down he goes.
Oh, he got a little off balance, but he's able to pick up the takedown.
We better check for injury on. Well, I guess he's okay, but boy, he hit hard. Well, I believe in telepathy now.
Yeah, no kidding, boy. He was listening to you, wasn't he?
5-1, Ryan Talbot.
Yes, I can do that. 5-1, and about 49 seconds left in this second period.
Yeah, great move, great takedown.
That return there could take the wind out of you a little bit, the way they hit.
Oh, I'd say so. Green River's got some good strength in the tank. Because I think a lot of people would have to kind of catch their breath right there where the whistle blew, and he would say, hey, I gotta get my stars lined back up. But he's still in it.
Ryan's got that arm dug out and looking up at the coaches. What do I do with it? Now I got it dug out.
Oh, he's going to transition into an arm
It's
bar.
looking like what he's doing. I think that's what Coach Clark was telling him to do. So
and this can be a little
he's
tricky.
got it. Oh, now he let that arm get back out, I think, so he's in good.
A little tricky. It's easy to let that slip out when you get the arm bar, and you kind of have to just time it just right and hope your joint falls down.
There he goes.
Oh, nice.
What?
Now, wait. I'm not sure. Did I miss something there, Adam?
Time ran out.
Oh, I guess, yeah. Well, we're so involved in the match, folks, I didn't understand.
I wasn't even looking at the time either, and I looked up and it's on zeros. So I'm like, oh, man, dang it.
I'm glad that it was time. I thought they were going to ding Ryan for something that apparently that we couldn't see that he did, but we just flat ran out of time. Third round, who picked neutral on that?
Green River did because they deferred to us.
I suspected. Then, Adam, why would they pick neutral? You're down by 4.
Well, if he could possibly get some kind of a takedown and get Ryan to his back, then he could pick up 4 or 5.
Yeah, and 5 would move him out to lead. So.
Yeah, so, I mean, you got to try something a little bit bigger because you're kind of running out of time.
You don't want to be down on the bottom fighting the whole time like he was. And so it was a good choice.
And you just got turned.
Yep, just got turned on the
So you don't want to be down there. You could have possibly chosen bottom, but you're not scoring, or top, but you're not scoring as easily from top.
Yeah, you got to get at least 2 turns to make
probably
this
a pretty good
in
choice
favor.
for Green River here.
Yep. And this is where we have to.
There's the front head.
Oh,
I almost
just
had
about
it there.
Snapped him down again. He did that as the other ref was, I think, calling for more action, which is, I'm glad he did that because we don't need a stall. A stall would narrow. Holy cow, was that legit on the whistle? He hit that to lightning speed. I mean, incredible shot, deep. I thought they were going to start him back up. I thought he went too early, but
stalemate.
Oh, I wish they'd give him a little.
That was a little bit quick there, I think, but
we're not the refs.
he called it. So
And the ref says we want more action, I guess, so we're going to go back to our feet. But I would have given that a few more seconds. That looked like something could have progressed.
Green River hanging on that wrist, maybe looking for a drag or something. There it comes. Didn't quite get it.
Yeah, this is one of those times you want to know what's going on in his mind. I think they've all practiced. You're down by 4 or 5 or what have you, and you need a big move. And this is where we're going to see Green River try to milk in his move, his bread and butter.
Nice.
Oh, and we're going to stop it now. Almost does a, that would have been 2 points in USA Freestyle. It was smart, just did a belly throw. Now he's looking at the ref saying, please stall this again. But I think you're going to let him wrestle. Oh!
There's time. So Ryan pulling out the 5-1 win.
Smart wrestling. Good job.
Over
good win.
Lloyd of Green River. Nice win there by Ryan Talbot.
Now he was down on his butt, Adam, and had both hands wrapped around.
He didn't have the right arm was still in on the leg. It wasn't up around the waist. So he has to cover that waist.
And there was no covering there. So
right.
No takedown.
That's what I kept wanting him to do, is swim that right arm, keep it tight by your side and swim it up and over. But
and then they would have given the award,
correct? Yeah. Have to have control of the hips.
And that's another fairly new advancement in the oldest sport of wrestling, right?
Yeah.
If they go on their butt and you can actually show that you're trying to cover or do your part.
And
that was anyone's move.
And
nobody's
gonna.
Good cover immediately after.
And we get around and get 2. So
yes, he caught him sleeping just for a fraction of a second. Took advantage of it. Take the 2-point lead. Star Valley.
So Easton Smith. So this 285, we were too busy gossiping over here, but 285 Easton Smith from Star Valley, Antonio Saavedra from Green River.
That was a slick move, I tell you. That throw could have went any direction. They both act like they're coming up for air, but old Easton says, I'm not going to give that opportunity for you to sleep very long. He scooted right behind and got the point, so smart.
And it looks so Star Valley's heavyweight's a freshman, and Green River's heavyweight here's young too, just a sophomore. So
wow.
two young kids here.
Yeah, that's a change of the normal order for the upper weights for sure.
Star Valley's been having a little bit of a hard time getting bigger kids to come out for the team, and so it's good to see this good young freshman.
Absolutely. And he's grinding hard. He's doing good. He's put a lot of pressure on that power half. And
he's
toes
get it,
in the mat.
and he's got him over.
Yes, he does. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to vote for fall here.
There it is.
There we go.
So Easton Smith, the freshman, picking up a fall there.
Nice, perfect, and sound, aggressive wrestling. That's what we like to see. Youngsters going out, not giving too much respect to an older opponent. And just wrestling hard. And he wrestled through some tough situations that could have went either direction, and it worked in his favor.
That brings us up to 106 pounds. Kimball Perry from Star Valley against Bentley Johnson of Green River. This should be a really good match. Looking back at last week, of course, we know Tail Perry was finished second out there at the Ronthon, and his opponent, Johnson, finished 5th, so he placed as well.
Okay. Both packing some iron.
Yeah.
It's big iron.
And he's currently ranked 2nd, Green River's kid is, in Class 3A. Kimball Perry ranked number 1 in Class 4A. So 2 top-ranked wrestlers right here.
You bet. Number 1, number 2 going at it.
Ooh, nice little corners by both wrestlers. And Johnson's able to get to the leg. No points yet. Doesn't quite get around. Kimball does a good job battling. And then he goes right back to the corner.
Perfect.
Oh, that was beautiful right there. Did not waste a second.
Not at all.
On that reshot.
That hook single was hard, too. Green River hit it hard, got it in deep, but just his tenacity showed in his favor. He fought it off and not only got out of that, but was able to secure the takedown himself. That's
now he's got
awesome.
A wing on one side and is looking for the half on the other.
He's willing to go either way there, it looks like, isn't it?
Yeah, looks like Johnson's able to peel that half off, so now he got it back on.
Boy.
Johnson's doing a good job reaching up and peeling that half off. The one disadvantage that Kimball kind of has this year is he's a little small for a true 6-pounder.
That's why we need that 98 pounds.
But you know what? He has done an outstanding job for someone that's undersized, being ranked number 1 in Class 4A. I mean, that's
you bet
fantastic.
His opponent at Ron Thon, a lot of folks don't know, but if you look up the Baker kid, he's been wrestling on a national level since he was 4 years old. So if you look him up on Track Wrestling, and that's who we fell to for second place finish. That Baker kid has literally been wrestling since he was 4 and under and on the national stage. So, and we were not that far behind him. We were not. I mean, Kimball was right there with him, just a margin of a few points. So Kimball's a fantastic wrestler, one of those freshmen that's come in and really shaking up some brackets and doing a great job.
So Kimball taking the early lead here in the first period, 2-0. Getting ready to start the second period. Star Valley's choosing neutral going into the second period.
And both these kids seem to be fairly sound on their feet, so I don't think Green River's opposed to being on his feet either.
Green River with a low-level shot there, doesn't quite get to it.
But you see, we're pushing the pace. Green River's the one that's back. Now, I apologize if you're from Green River. But now, there was a great forward motion by Green River and a slide by.
Kimball almost gets to that front head, but didn't quite get it locked up. Now he's up. Green River kind of shucks it by there. Gets an underhook now.
Almost turned into a go behind for us when he shucked by. Just inches from.
Kimball tries to get out of that underhook, and then
you got to go to a fire. I can't.
Johnson shoots, and then Kimball tries the fireman's off that, and Johnson does a good job countering that. So both wrestlers doing a good job countering now. And
good reshots.
Both of them are going, aren't they?
They are, not leaving a second to rest. That's burning a lot of calories. So if we have 3 rounds of this is going to be quite the match, quite the excitement the entire duration.
Reshots and shots again.
Yes. And it's just a 2-point match. Second round, only a margin of 2 separates these two number 1 and number 2 ranked wrestlers.
Oop, nice little corner single there by Johnson. He gets to the leg.
He does.
Kimball's with the whizzer. Johnson's trying to get the trip there. Can't quite get it. Kimball's staying on that whizzer. Trying to get a stalemate call.
Stuff that head down.
There it is right there.
I think that's fair. If you're going to call one on the previous match,
that's consistent, right?
Yep.
These are sure fun to watch as, you know, as fans, but as a dad, I know Coach Perry's down there probably not thinking his. Nice little corner. He's pretty good at that little corner. And this time he almost gets Kimball's able to counter it, but he's able to come back around.
That was a heck of a fight.
Still scrambling.
Might be doing a funk roll here if he can hit his leg and roll all the way through. Now, was that potentially dangerous, or was that just time?
That was time.
Okay.
And no points awarded. Man, that was close.
That was.
Green River's coaches were wanting to there. And
well, I tell you, Tell showed some heart there. You get that hook corner in like that and elevate it and come clear down. I mean, he kept that whizzer, which was smart. No points. 2-0.
You can tell both these kids put in some time.
Yes, they have. And they're not afraid of each other. They're giving each other the equal amount of respect. They both understand the talent and the skill that they both have, and no one's backing off.
Back on our feet to start the third period, folks. It's Kimball Perry up by 2 over Johnson from Green River, but it has been a battle. Green River with another shot, does get to it. Now does get the takedown this time, I think. Well, Kimball scrambling again. Scooting out, he's got the leg. He does award the 2 this time.
That ties it up in knots, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the third round, score 2-2, and he does have a cross body on, I believe, doesn't he, Adam?
He did have, but I think Kimball's put both knees together and scrambled out of it now, but he's got to keep both knees together as he comes out because that kid's going to be looking for it. There it is.
Boy, he is. He slid that in. He's a little high.
Yeah.
We're down to 50 seconds left in this match, folks. Tied up in knots, 2-2.
If Kimball can slip that.
And Kimball's trying to come out the back door best he can.
Johnson able to kind of come back around. Almost in on a tilt there.
Yep, that tilt. There's some susceptibility there.
Kimball's got to try to get that arm cleared. And 30 seconds left here in the first. He's got to try to get to his base.
We got to be careful there. He takes it now. Doggone it. That might be counts. Let's
gets a one.
It's not. He's got a double on. We're going to take this. They did award 2.
They did award 2.
But we get a 2-point
Kimball gets the reversal, so it's tied back up.
Both these wrestlers back in this game.
14 seconds left to go here.
We either got to get
Kimball
a tilt,
looking for the cradle.
and we got to be careful. We just want to don't want to sacrifice. Start counting. Looking for a count.
And we're going to run
Green
out of
River
time.
hipping over, and we're going overtime, folks.
Whoa. And this has been a battle the whole time. Overtime.
Boy,
going back on our feet. Each wrestler's got 1 takedown. So here we go, 1 minute.
Yeah, they've been pretty
Overtime.
well balanced on their feet. So here we are. I think this comes down to gas in the tank, conditioning, and heart. Because they both have the skill, and they've proven it to take each other down. As you said, we've split
There goes
that.
Kimball in on a shot. Gets to the leg, but Johnson does a good job countering. Kimball's got to get back up to his base here if he can.
He's got that leg fairly deep. I mean, I think he's
They
wrapped
should-
around it
they
elbow
should-
to elbow, and they're going to stalemate
that, yeah.
Good call.
Back to 30 seconds left here, guys, in overtime, in the first overtime.
Yep. We'll describe the process if we get to the second overtime, but I still think Kimball's going to take this.
Johnson in on a shot. Oh,
that was a great slide by.
That was, and he
We
gets
got a
around
Merkel.
and he gets the takedown.
I think they're going to call that the Merkel and award it to him.
They did. They got it.
Yep, he had
And
the
so
hand
Green
over.
River pulls up the upset here, actually.
Well, I tell you what, that was that, and you're right. That was an upset. But Kimball, no need to hang his head down. That was a battle.
Great match, overtime match.
Really good
Green River
wrestling.
able to pick up the win.
Yep, fantastic wrestling.
That brings us to 113 pounds. Caden Crookston, this is one of those ones. I don't know. He's got Levi Bird out of the lineup here. I'm not.
does he?
I'm not sure
Okay.
what's happening there because this kid's a freshman. So. And this is.
Green River takes the first takedown, says, let's try that again. We're going back to our feet.
Lucas Todd from
Green
River. So
Todd's,
and we've heard that name a time or two from Green River. So
I imagine it's probably Connor Todd's little brother, if not
Yeah.
very close relative in the same town.
So takes a 4-1 lead with 2 takedowns and cuts him and lets him up. So
They've got
looking for
track
the
wrestling
cradle.
up there.
Yeah, they do. And he's got the near side cradle on, looking for the fall. Ooh, Green River's done a good job of that tonight. When they get in on that cradle, you notice they'll pivot their hips and put their belly down to the mat and keep the cradle on. And if you get in certain situations, that's what you need to do. I've seen that a couple times from Green River tonight.
Yep, good
All right, that
technical skill.
brings us up to 120 pounds. This is Maxwell Girac and Winston Green from Green River. This is another
Weston Green, I believe. Winston, we had a Winston Green.
Weston.
So
Sorry, Weston. And this
Drock's in on a great early single.
This is another freshman.
Well, he's
From
in there to
Star
battle.
Valley.
It was a great takedown. Good finish. Freshman against, do we know the?
He's a freshman too, so both of them are freshmen.
Okay.
I know that Maxwell hasn't been in the lineup a lot of the varsity, so this is some of his first as far as dual situation. Of course, a lot of the tournaments we send these JV guys to is varsity.
They are.
So
They
it's
are.
not his first varsity stuff, but
Right. Dang near had that cross wrist, just a tilt on there.
Yeah.
I think he still has that cross wrist. Hey, change it off, looks like to the arm bar. And he's grinding that in heavy. Looks tough, looks like he's in total control.
trying to scoop that arm back, but
Now, as he pushes back into that makes the arm bar kind of go away.
Yeah.
You get up to your pod like that and you push back into him, we're going to have to change moves. And it looks like he's thinking about dropping to a leg just to keep him down. I think he did. Did
Looking
he
for
show
that
the
tilt.
cross wrist? He did to get the Robles, what we call that, and he almost did. That was great wrestling.
looking for that wing now again. He kind of looks like he really wants that wing, but Green's not having it. He's like, I know what's coming. I'm not going to let you have that. But
Yep. Now, if he can grab that cross wrist again like he had, we might be able to roll again. Well, he did. He went to the leg. We saw him about to do that before, and I think that's smart. Going to take 2 on this for a good return. Has legs apart, almost sinks a half in.
that was a good job there. Green River came to their feet.
And bellied out quick on the way
Maxwell
down.
was able to drop down to that single, switch it off to a double, and keep control. So he didn't give up any points right there. So
yeah,
2-0 going into the second round. Green River defers.
Looks at Coach Clark for advice. Coach says, let's try going down in the second round.
It's a little scary sometimes with Green River because they're pretty sharp with those legs.
They are.
On top.
It's a choice you got to make carefully. I think a good time to try the experiment, though, is in the second round when you've still got a little bit of juice and energy. You can kind of compensate for some mistakes if needs be and get out. In the third round, as we see sometimes, if you're spent and they're really a tough rider, you can give up some points in a hurry.
Yes, you can. There he's looking for the switch.
Nice.
Oh, nice
Well,
job.
I'll tell you what, that was, as you would say, Adam, textbook perfect. Arch the back, looking behind, and put that arm right where it needed to be. That switch is unstoppable when done right.
And then a nice lift return right there.
You know, he's good at those returns, isn't he? He knows an athlete usually feels better about returns when the feet come off the mat. You have to be safe with that return because you can get a slam against you, but he seems to be doing well at getting the elevation, but also being cautious on the return. What's the rule? The need to come down or the opposing wrestler needs to come down with the offensive and defensive wrestler need to come down together almost, but not on top of each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. You say it better than me.
The offensive wrestler's supposed to hit first.
Okay. You can't just lift your guy and drop him, then they'll ding you. What I didn't see the actual
reversal here. Got a reversal here, and then he went right straight into a cradle. He's got the cradle locked up.
And they have been tough with that cradle tonight. We can break that lock, fighting like crazy. Shifting a little, he's doing what he can. He's got his head in the temple though, and like you said, the Green River's worked on this cradle quite a bit.
He's got 30 seconds left here.
30
if he can
seconds,
fight,
come on, baby.
It's not looking too awesome for Maxwell right now.
18 seconds.
And Green River will pick up the fall.
Well,
120. A lot of changes in the lineup right through here.
Sure is.
This is another new one at 126 pounds.
Yep.
This is usually Caleb Morrison, and this is Peyton McMurdo. I don't know. We may have had a few little dings or something coming off the Ronthon, and he didn't want to get them. I don't know exactly, but
give some rest and be prepared for regionals.
But at any rate,
a lot of different lineup for sure. It's almost a different duel the last few matches, but I'll tell you what, we've got some great kids, and this experience in front of the home crowd is really good for them.
Yeah.
And just like that last match, he led that in intensity and pace. We just right when you were saying, Green River's really good on top with the cradle, and lo and behold, it happened. And unfortunately, it cost the match that Star Valley was ahead of.
Well, see, and then this Wright kid from Green River, I have him placing second out there at the Ronthon.
Oh, really?
And he is ranked.
He's got a Star Valley in a kind of a tough predicament there. Arm behind the back and on his back.
Yeah.
He's lets the arm slip, turns it into an arm bar. I can't tell what he's doing on the other side.
He's got both of them on.
Oh, he's working a double arm bar, yeah. And he does take that by fall.
So Spencer Wright picking up the fall there. Now we're jumping 132 pounds. That'll bring up Tel Perry from Star Valley versus Axel McKinnon from Green River.
And Axel, I believe, would be a senior this year, where Tel Perry, of course, only a sophomore. I think people have learned not to look past Tel. When he was a freshman, I think there was a few people that said, well, he's a freshman. But it only took 1 year of Tel Perry out there to become not only the first state champion freshman from Star Valley since the early 80s, but someone that really shook up weights. People rightfully so, began to flee a little bit from him. Technically, he can go to 26. He can go to 32. I don't know. Looks like he's probably staying at 32. He's kind of the top of the food chain, isn't he?
Yeah, and it looks like I'm wondering.
Now, Axel's tough.
Well, I'm wondering here if
they're
shifting something.
They did. I don't believe this is Axel, is it? Let me
we'll
ask.
See who they put on the screen up here.
If it's Axel McKinnon, he's been I believe a 3-time state placer, phenomenal wrestler.
We'll wait and see who they put up. Caleb Gunderson. Okay, so they did take Axel out of the lineup there.
The name that you were saying.
Gunner?
Gunter.
Okay. So this is a Gunner from Green. Oh, nice. Nice little far side ankle pick there. Head and ankle there to get. Now he's looking to.
Keeping that leg split, takes a dump,
far
leg dump,
looking
and
for
it's
the
going to
cradle
work.
there.
I think he's got at least 2 swipes. We're going to go for all of them. Changed it off to that near leg dump. I think he had that far leg spread. Well, it was the far leg. It just turns into the near leg when you get him dumped over.
Switched it off to a barbed wire now.
Nice.
That's that chain wrestling we talk about, going right from one thing to another. Now he's got that looked up tight. Now he's switching off to a wing.
Slide the wing in. Yep, you're right. There's a lot of moves coming. He's getting fired at all directions, but as you said, the Gunner name Green River, they're a tough family, and he looked fairly solid on his feet. But Tell's not going to give him much of a chance to showcase much. He's showing complete control and really putting the pressure on him. Only the first round, we're up 5-0. Tell Perry, 132 pounds.
I actually did my student teaching with this kid's grandpa.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great. Well, Grandpa, if you're listening out there, maybe he's here in the audience,
but yeah, Tell looking for that cradle right here. Cross-face cradle. Almost got it locked up there. Green River's trying to fight that off. Looks like he does keep it.
Does a good job. It did. It looked like he was bent beyond that point of pressuring out of that, and he was able to put enough pressure to break the lock or at least keep him from getting locked.
Well, I can tell you, any Green River kid's not going to go down without a fight. So
that's right.
It doesn't matter who they're wrestling; they're going to try to go out there and battle. So
yeah, absolutely.
Looks like Tell's choosing bottom position for the second round here.
I think there's a special course they teach at Green River when you wrestle Star Valley, right? To be aggressive and on your top game.
Tell to his feet, looking for the.
Oh, he hits that beast standing switch.
Yeah.
They haven't awarded the points yet, have they?
Not quite. As soon as he gets that, now they will.
Oh, right. Seven to 0. Tell does a great job. Doesn't stay down very long. Excellent switch. Is he going 3/4?
He is.
I haven't seen that one for a bit. Folks, he's got that near leg locked with his near leg, and he reaches under the belly and over the top. Oh, he's going to change
off.
Now
switched off to trying that near leg cradle again, but
I think bellying out's probably smart when you're going to get 3/4.
I think so.
Green River did. They made a plank out of himself to say, I don't want to do that, because that's a mean move to get put in. This one's
now he's got the arm dug out. Looking for the Zuniga, looking to scoop that head. Does a good job. Gunner does a nice job battling out of that, but Tail staying on that arm, keeping it tight.
Almost went for the hammerlock. Got his chest dropped down, was just about to push it over, and it's almost like Green River predicted that's what he was going to do, and he was ready for it.
Yeah, he's doing a good job battling out of that. Tail about tore his arm off on that one, and
that's a hard one to give resistance
battled out of it.
The more you give resistance to that one, the more it hurts you. So
now he's switching off to a crossface here on top. Right now, I think Gunner's in survival mode. He's kind of laying down there, and he's just trying to counter every single thing that Tail's throwing at him.
He's hoping to get another restart in the third round.
You could almost, on this one, you could almost call stalling because he's not really doing anything to approve. All he's doing is trying to counter.
Yeah, just a lot of defensive. You see that leg is posted up, but we're not really working for a change of position or get to your feet.
Now, I'm not saying I'd do anything different.
No,
if I was
we're
him.
saying, yeah, it's, the more he tries, the more
Yeah.
Tell sinks something in. So it's one of those deals. He's taking the best of two positions, and that is just hang on. And I think he would be better suited to give up a stall than, a near fall, which Tell was nearly getting on every angle. So if you're Green River, we're not faulting him at all.
No, Tell to a switch to get out in front, facing him now. No points yet awarded. This is another one of those situations that could either go to reversal or.
Yeah, and Tell's tough here. He gets that chin. He's so good on that short draw, and he's going to go ahead and just turn that into a go behind for a 2-point reversal.
Brings the score to 9-0.
So that indeed does take the major decision should the match end right now, which means you need to have a 8-point margin, 8-point lead.
Yeah. Green River's going to pick up the dual win tonight.
Were those hard words to say?
Yeah, I don't like saying that. However, you look at our lineup and you look at how many kids that we had pulled out of the lineup for. I don't have any idea why, but it was not our
It's actually
true.
pretty tight. Yeah.
Most of these Green River kids, just looking on paper, were all their varsity kids. So it's tough to win when you do that, and especially against the number one ranked 3A team. You're not. If you don't bring out your full lineup, you're not going to beat them.
No, and hats off, these wrestlers that have fought number one and number two ranked kids. I mean, you look at the score, 21-37. Should we pick up a fall here? That's 27-37. That's a pretty narrow margin for not having a full team at the table.
Right. And this kid, I'll tell you what, this Green River kid is just making it tough for. Yeah, I don't know.
We may not pick up the fall on this. His job was to survive. I think that was his job.
I think so too. I think personally, I think there could have been some stall calls there because he really is just.
Yeah, I'm in agreement.
He's just balling up and trying not to get pinned, and which he did his job. He didn't get pinned.
Yep.
So.
One thing I forgot, we technically could have won this duel with, don't we have a forfeit coming?
We do have a forfeit
So
coming.
that's a 6-point. Should have this been 6? It could have been close. I mean, it's going to be close.
Yeah, we'll pick up the 6 points here for the Caleb Bird will accept the forfeit here, and that'll bring us to the end of the duel.
31-37, is that right then?
Yeah.
Oh,
never mind. They throw a kid out there.
Is this Axel?
This might be Axel.
Well, folks, we were just talking if you can do last-minute adjustments.
Yeah. This is Axel. They got him up on the screen there. So
they definitely did some last-minute adjustments. So even in the shake-off, it was an empty hole for Green River.
Oh, and Bird in on a single leg, gets the lift, gets around behind, doesn't have him returned yet, and almost does, but McKinnon's turning into him, and he is able to get his hips over and get the takedown. So 25-37 is the team score right now, but McKinnon in on the takedown with Bird now looking for some other points, doesn't get it. Bird able to fight that off.
That was a good effort by Bird. It looked like that would have been most wrestlers. We would have had that takedown. Once again, Travis, Axel, do you have Axel's ranking on there by chance?
Yeah, I do. He's ranked number 2.
Number 2, all right.
Right now in the 3As.
Cradle rolled Caleb over on his back. He is getting swipes.
He was 3rd out at the Ronthon.
Was he? So ranked 3rd, but also 3rd at the Ronthon, which would probably going to move his rankings up a bit.
And there he picks up the fall.
He does.
So Green River's going to pick up the dual win, and they're looking sharp. They'll probably end up winning the state tournament in the Class 3A. If I was to predict something, they look really solid all the way.
I think that's a safe bet. 25-43.
So,
and we had some great wrestling tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing to hang our head about. It's good wrestling. One might say, hey, it was Green River's turn. We have seemed to take this dual win, even when we're the underdogs. I think this year we were about pretty close to equals, weren't we?
Pretty close to equal.
And We had some matches that Star Valley was ahead of that we did drop, and we had some other ones that we were able to steal away ourselves. So it goes either way, but it's neat to see some wrestlers we're not used to seeing on the varsity lineup in front of the home crowd be able to be out there underneath the light. So,
yeah, give some seniors some chance. And, you know, in all honesty, this duel doesn't really mean anything to either team. You're not in your classification or whatever. There could be a case or two there where it might come into seeding criteria, something where somebody beat somebody and you shouldn't have lost this match, but hopefully that doesn't happen. But other than that, both teams fought hard, did a really good job. A good duel. There's some really good matches out there, especially that one at 106.
Yeah.
But really good.
I'd like to see that one again.
I would too.
I don't think we're going to
You could
this
probably
year.
wrestle that one 10 times and get 10 different outcomes.
Yeah.
So really good job. Want to once again thank Star Valley Media for letting us do this and showing this, and then once again a shout out to Northern Title for sponsoring us.
Absolutely. Great appreciation, the support, you know, for having this online too. The gym was full with the bleachers that they had available. They did fill them. So great job, Star Valley. Great job, Green River. And this is going to keep that tradition of wrestling just that much more exciting for the next one.
It is. Next time we'll be home. The girls will be home on next week on Tuesday, I believe.
It is.
And then the Braves' next meet will be down in Green River with a duel, Evanston. Sorry, a duel with Evanston next week, and then we're into regionals and state.
Yeah, it's on us. I believe the girls' duel. They're going to do kind of a compilation of other team members, kind of grab some tough wrestlers from around the region to battle Star Valley, where Star Valley seem to be on the top of the totem pole there, and they're kind of putting together, I would call it almost an all-star team to battle the duel the girls. And that'll be this Tuesday. That's also senior night for the girls. So again, if you can come here at the SVH gym, that would be great. Otherwise, I'm sure SBI Media will be broadcasting that one as well.
Yep. Well, folks, we'll sign off. We want to thank everybody for watching. And until next time, this is Coach Adam Gill and Blake Angel. Thanks a lot.
Have a good night.